Hello Internet, this is TheRoschi, and I'm back with another reaction, this time reacting to Genshin Impact's Test of Courage event. Akitsu Kimodameshi. This is actually an event that takes place in Sumeru, but, well, I should say it's introduced in Sumeru, but the event itself takes place in Inazuma. And you might be asking yourself, Roshi, why the hell are you skipping around and doing this event in a place where you're not at? You're still in Inazuma, you stupid idiot. Well, the reason why first of all, don't call me a stupid idiot. How dare you? Second, is the reason I'm doing it is because this is one of the requirements, or at least recommended that I look into it a little bit in order to do the most current event that is featuring Mizuki. Same reason why I did her story quest and other things. So I'm just jumping ahead and doing that now. Apparently this doesn't spoil anything major. It might mention something here or there, but I've been told from my own Discord that you can actually become a part of if you sign up to become a member, that the one spoilery thing that might be in this is something that I'm very much already aware of, potentially, because people can't keep their mouths shut. Anyway, but I don't even, I'll find out what that is if I notice it. And if not, then good. Good. It's fine. Either way, I'm looking forward to this. I don't know what to expect. Apparently it's a test of courage. But without further ado, let's get into it.
The Yashiro Commission is holding a Test of Courage event! They've even prepared rewards for participants who can pass the event's challenges! But, if it's a Test of Courage, that means it's probably gonna be scary, right? So, if we join, Paimon's gonna let you go first.
Fair.
Hayato!
Ah, it's you two. Yes, it has been a while.
We'll be meeting him soon.
We heard the Yashiro Commission is holding a Test of Courage, so we came right over to sign ourselves up. We didn't expect to see you here in person, though. Does that mean this event is really important?
You think I only make an appearance for occasions that are deemed sufficiently important? It just so happens that this Test of Courage event was actually my suggestion. But, naturally, I've left the planning and more trifling details to be arranged by my retainers. Considering that such events are quite popular across Teyvat, I've had numerous examples to draw from, so everything should be in good order. I'm merely here to do a routine check on the progress of the event, that's all.
Oh, Paimon gets it! So what you're saying is you're not very busy right now. In that case, maybe you can give us a quick rundown of the event rules.
Only Paimon could be so natural at ordering others around. However, the possibility remains that we may yet require your assistance.
Sorry, what did you say?
Nothing. Seeing as I apparently have some time, I suppose we may chat about the event for a moment.
Yippee!
Thanks, Sayato.
As its name implies, the event is a game designed to put one's courage to the test. The venue for the event will be set up in the Chinju Forest. Before the start of each round, participants will be divided into teams of 2. Once teams have been formed, the event staff will announce the name of an item that has been placed in or around the Chinju Forest area. The first person to locate the specified item will be declared the winner of that round.
The winner of that round? Huh. So there's gonna be multiple rounds to the Test of Courage?
Precisely. There will be a total of 3 rounds in the Test of Courage because the event was actually orchestrated by 3 different parties. Merchants raised event funding, the Kamisato clan provided the grounds, and the Grand Narukami Shrine provided consulting services. As such, each of these 3 parties have selected one item for participants to find. So, naturally, the event will require 3 rounds to determine the winners.
Ah, Paimon gets it! So basically, it boils down to searching for stuff in Chinju Forest. We'll need to find
Scavenger
one
hunt.
item each round for a total of 3 items
Kind
after
of.
3 rounds. Huh. Simple enough for Paimon.
Yes, seems you've got the gist of it. We will be issuing different rewards based on the number of rounds won. So, if a participant wins multiple rounds, then that will also be reflected in their final reward. If a participant manages to find all 3 items, then they shall receive the grand prize provided by the Grand Narukami Shrine.
What is it?
Ooh, a grand prize? Sounds like it could be really valuable.
What's the prize?
As for its true value, I'm afraid you'll have to win the event first and ask Lady Guji yourself. Of course, this event is intended to measure your courage. If you withdraw from the event because you become too frightened, then you might as well forget about seeing any rewards.
Well, yeah.
I'm curious myself how many people will be brave enough to make it to the end. It'll be most disappointing if nobody claims the prizes we've prepared.
Don't worry, those prizes are as good as ours! Even though just the thought of this event sends shivers down Paimon's little spine, the Traveler will be brave enough, no doubt about that.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. I look forward to seeing how you perform. Anyway, I think I've given you sufficient details. I'll add your names to the list of participants momentarily. As for the 3 items you'll be searching for, please wait for a staff member to inform you at the start of the event. Oh, and a friendly word of advice. Test of Courage events tend to give rise to a variety of strange rumors and stories. So please, be sure to exercise caution.
Whoa, what do they mean by that? Oh, will there be spooky things in Chinju Forest?
He's pulling your leg.
Paimon thought so too. Well, in that case, there's nothing to be scared of. Anyway, we got an event to win. Grand prize, here we come!
All right. Okay, so for those of you who are new, for whatever reason, I don't know why you're watching this one first, but if you are, I am going to be pausing and talking throughout this because, hey, that's what I do. Anyway, first I want to say is that this is my first time seeing Itto in an actual scene whatsoever. I know he has a story quest, and I will be getting to that. I think I've got Miko's first and maybe some other things to react to, but he is there, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him in that story quest. But this introduction of him right now, I enjoy his character, where he sounds very... What's the word I'm looking for? It's... Now, being a voice actor, you're supposed to make your speech very clear and pronounced, and to stick your words to make sure that they're very, very understood. I guess it might depend on the character, whether or not they're going to have slurry speech or not. But, yes, he sounds very professional. He sounds very refined. He is pronouncing everything very, very, like, to the T. Like, he's very elegant, and it shows, and that makes sense for his character, right? So I am enjoying hearing him speak, and how he speaks, and how he sounds very professional in doing so. So there is that. This whole test of courage thing, I mean, I imagine we're going to be seeing Yae Miko because the Grand Narukami Shrine is involved. So she's bound to appear, I imagine. And yeah, they didn't actually say what the prize was, right? But I'm also imagining that there's going to be something else happening. Because, I mean, I don't know. He also said to be wary of rumors and stuff. So it seems like there might also be something more to this, but I'm not, of course, entirely sure. I'll just have to keep on watching. So here we go. Ah, it's Arataki Itto. One more thing I wanted to say, I remembered, is that I was told that this event has different options. Now, this says all parts, all cutscenes. I don't know if that includes the different options, where your choices actually, you could get a different outcome depending on the choice. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to be shown here, if it is at all. Did this person just pick one option and went all the way through it, or are we going to do a little bit of rewinding back to see the different outcomes of something? Either way, I'm just going to let it play out so I see whatever's here, and if it's not in the video, then that's fine, it's not there, and yeah, I don't think it matters that much, but yeah, I just wanted to make you aware of that I do know that there are multiple choices to be made, and you can have different outcomes or scenes play along with those choices. Whether or not they're here, I do not know, and that's just it. But I'm not going to kill myself searching for them if they're not here. If you want to inform me what they are in the comments down below, then by all means, you can do so. Moving on. We got the one and only himself.
Hold it right there. Oh, well, if it isn't my
Pineapple juice.
compadres. Didn't expect to see you here.
Huh? Paimon knows that voice. It's Itto! What are you doing here? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're here for the test of courage.
Ha, what else? I'm sorry, but those prizes already belong to yours truly. Arataki ain't scared of nothing, Itto. I mean, well, that's what I really want to say. But I have actually got something else going on.
Oh? What's that?
It's a long story. As soon as I heard about the test of courage, I got the gang together and was ready to bring everyone for the time of their lives. But, it turns out the other members weren't as pumped about the event as me. Chinju Forest? We've already been there 1,000,000 times. There's nothing scary about that place. That event's just a game for kids. What a waste of time. Let's play some genius invocation TCG. Seriously, test of courage? Ugh, whatever. I guess if that's what the boss wants. Can you believe that? What a group of deadbeats. I'm not gonna put up with that. Nuh-uh, not in my gang.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Dragging the gang to an event they don't want to go to won't be the best for your reputation as a leader.
Hey, this isn't about me. As leader of the Arataki gang, it's my duty to find new and tantalizing experiences for everyone. A happy gang means a happy life. Even if they can't get it through their stubborn heads now, one way or another, I'll show them how much fun a test of courage can be.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm no stranger to Chinju Forest. Sure, it was a little terrifying going through there, but hey, I'm used to it now. And seriously, what kind of scary pranks could those guys in the Yashiro Commission ever come up with? If they can't scare anyone, then it's not going to be a test of courage, now is it? Not to mention, if the gang starts complaining, I won't ever be able to show my face around here.
And after all that talk, it still boils down to you.
Well, leading a gang can be complicated, you don't understand. Anywho, I've got a plan. Since there's no way I can trust the Yashiro Commission to make a fun event, I've decided to step in and spice things up a little.
Oh?
Wait, you don't seriously mean that?
Oh, you bet I do. Yours truly is gonna be out scaring people. I'm taking this event to a whole nother level. But it's gonna take more than an Oni to make it happen. So I came here to recruit some help. And then I saw you come walking along. Come on, come scare people with me, please.
No way!
Pretty please?
Forget it!
Pretty please?
Ah, fine. But don't forget, we're here to win the test of courage and take home the grand prize. We'll help you out, just don't get in the way of our prize.
Yes! You're a real Oni saver. Hey, don't worry, with me around, winning the test of courage will be a piece of cake. All right, those participants won't scare themselves. Let's get out there.
What a noisy guy. But after hearing him laugh and talk, Paimon doesn't feel scared anymore.
There you go.
Huh. Maybe laughter is the key to making fear go away. If things get scary later, we can all start laughing at the top of our lungs.
Some people laugh when they are afraid. I know I do. So now you have to ask yourselves, every time you've seen me laugh, Anyway, no, I'm not afraid. I was just laughing because I was. Man, here's the thing. At this point in time, I've already reacted to Arataki Itto's story quest, and I know there is a little bit of a back and forth. Not really. I think most people like Arataki Itto, but some people are like, I liked him, and then he's kind of meh now. And the reason why, from what I've been able to tell, is that he is too goofy, or he's too much comic relief. Now, I haven't seen enough of him to make that decision for myself. I don't mind that he's comic relief. I think you need those characters. I don't think it takes away from his character. However, I do think that there does need to be a balance with some things. However, with that kind of character, I don't know if you can have that much of a balance unless if you are focusing on them. Like, for example, in the story quest, you kind of got to see what he's all about and why he does the things he did and how he acts and his reasons why and all that stuff. And you got a little bit more into his psyche just a little bit. Here, though, it's going to be interesting because he is not, or at least I don't think he will be the star of this event. We already saw Itto. We're seeing him. Maybe we're going to be hanging out with him for a good portion, but there's going to be other characters, and I don't think he's going to be the main focus. But even if he is, I could be wrong, and maybe we will see a little bit more about him. But it does seem like this is going in a direction where he's just going to be silly and goofy, which I personally don't mind right now. Because I think they do it in an interesting way with him. This is kind of, I don't know, this is weird to say. Maybe some of you will understand what I'm trying to get at here, is that he seems like a little more of a grounded Deadpool, where this guy is not necessarily breaking the fourth wall, but he is very expressive and he's kind of using multiple voices. Not saying he's like schizophrenic or anything like that, but just, and that's why I mean he's like more grounded. He's like a more tame Deadpool, because Deadpool's got issues, and that's the reason why he goes all crazy and does his stuff. But this guy is just kind of like, he's very dramatic. He's acting out different people. He's talking about how confident he is. He's coping a lot. He is, and he wants you to help him. He wants us to help him. And whether or not that's because he's afraid to go in by himself, or he just wants the company, he just wants to have fun, and he wants you to be a part of it, that's fine. But he's begging for it in a really silly way, like all that stuff, and that's fine. I don't mind it because it is what do I want to say? Not contrast, but it's the same idea. There's like a weird contrast or combativeness with his personality and stuff, because he appears as this big, he's supposed to be imposing gang leader guy, right, who's kind of tough and not afraid and all that jazz, but he's also a very young personality. He's very much a kid, and I think it's interesting just having like that back and forth with him, how he appears to be one way but he acts another. And I don't know, I think it's cool. I mean, they've done it a couple times now, but like the comb thing, like through the hair, like I know he doesn't have the pompadour, but he's definitely got this rockabilly or greaser vibe to him. That's just with like the yeah. I'm forgetting all the words that I want to say right now, but yeah, I enjoy Arataki Itto so far. Maybe my opinion will change later on when I see more of him and if he continues to get more and more goofy. I don't know if this is the first event he appears in since his story quest, so maybe it changes even more so after this. But overall, I'm enjoying him here, and I think the voice actor freaking kills it. The voice actor is so good for Arataki Itto. The way how he's able to like just change his inflection, just move his voice up and down, and just kind of just you could tell that they're really into the character. doing a really good job, and it keeps you entertained. Whether or not you like Arataki Itto, when he's on screen, he's not boring, right? So, meanwhile, you have someone like Ayato, who I don't know very well, and I know Ayato's probably going to have his quirks that I'm not fully aware of yet, and I'm not trying to put down his character because I don't think he's boring. But I could see someone like, some noble guy. Talking. Yeah, very punctual. It's just, all this talk. And then it's like, okay, done. And then he's gone, and you sort of just move on, you forget about it. Now, I don't feel that way because I just met Ayato, so he's very interesting to me. However, with Itto, I don't think you get that. Sure, you might find him annoying, but I don't think he's around enough for you to be like, ugh, this guy again. It's not like a Paimon situation where you can easily get annoyed with Paimon because she is always there and she is always talking. I don't find her annoying right now. She is in Inazuma for the most part. There's some exceptions, but Itto's not always on screen. And even if he was on screen for 80% of this event, I don't think you'd be annoyed with him afterwards because the event's over, you move on, and you don't see him again for months. That's how I feel about it. And I haven't done his story quest too long ago, and I'm still not really sick of the guy, so I don't know. But like I said, I'm not really sure the time in which he has appeared. How many times has he appeared before this event, in between his story quest and this? But yeah, anyway, this is fun so far. Let's get back into it.
Hey, Traveler, Paimon, enough chit-chat. We're gonna miss the event.
Coming!
Hey, Heizo. First time seeing you as well.
Right. This looks like the place. Is it just Paimon, or does it look a lot scarier than usual here?
Sorry for the gulping.
Hey, Paimon.
Oh, don't speak about Paimon like that! What do you want?
Nah, nothing. I just had a thought occur to me. I want to scare the gang members real good, but now that I think about it, I've never actually scared anyone before.
You just did.
You're only now realizing this?
Practice? Oh, now there's an idea. Hey, I've got it. Why don't you join the test of courage like everyone else, and I'll go hide and try to scare you from time to time. Then you two can judge my scaring skills. All right, that's the plan. Let me go get ready. Just wait. You'll see how scary this Oni can be.
And there he goes, running off and still talking to himself.
Hmm.
Well, we were here to join the event anyway. Guess we'll just have to pass Itto's little test along with whatever else the event throws at us. Oh, seems one of the event staff is over there. Let's go talk to her.
Aha! You must be here to participate in the test of courage.
Yep, that's right. Judging from your outfit, you must be one of the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine.
That's right. Huh. I can already see a dark aura surrounding the two of you. Yes, truly ominous. If you carelessly go running into the event, all it'll take is one little misstep, and the darkness will swallow you up.
Whoa, what's with the sinister laugh? Is she really a shrine maiden?
Sure you don't want to back out? This is your last chance. I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the test of courage. Enter at your own risk.
Is that the first test?
Sure, you could say that. You know, the most unfortunate tales always happen unexpectedly on just a normal, average day. just like today.
Then how come they
But
always
no
say
need
it's a
to
dark
worry.
and scary night?
Allay your qualms
Dark and
and
stormy night.
suspicions. Everything was already set into motion the moment you two stepped into this place. Just enjoy the calm before the storm. The first round is about to begin. Have you already decided on your partner?
Ah, you finally said something that Paimon can understand. Yep, the two of us will be partners. We always make the best team.
But it appears your names were written together as a single participant, the Traveler and Paimon. Which means you'll have to find yourselves another partner in order to join the event.
Wait, are you serious? Ugh, if only Itto hadn't gone running off on his own, we could have had a partner. Now what should we do?
As far as I know, there have been other participants who've yet to designate a partner.
Hey!
You could go ask around.
Hey! Hey.
Just be sure to make it quick. If you don't have a partner by the time the event starts, then you'll be immediately disqualified.
Uh-oh, we can't let that happen. Let's go see if we can find anyone to partner up with nearby.
Oh, so is this a different choice? You could choose a different partner? I wonder what who this person picks. If it was me... If it was me... Now, I don't even know if this is the choice. I'm just imagining it is. So, it was Ayaka, Kazuha, Goro? Is that who we saw? If there's someone else, I'm sorry. I would probably pick Kazuha. If it was me. But then again... No, I think I would lean towards Kazuha. Yeah. But... Order of operation would be Kazuha. If not Kazuha, then it would be Goro. Then it would be Ayaka. Nothing against Ayaka. This person's probably gonna pick Ayaka. They're right there. But Kazuha because he's the coolest. Goro because I'd actually be interested in having more time with him. Because I don't absolutely hate his guts anymore like I used to. That's not true. I never really hated his guts. I just didn't really think he was... I thought he was nothing. But now that I know that he's not nothing, I would have been interested in seeing more of him. And Ayaka's fine, but I had like a story quest with her already. I guess I'd have a story quest with the others too. Or something. Maybe not Goro. Goro gets a hangout, I think. Anyway, I'd choose Kazuha if it was me.
Oh, Traveler and Paimon. Greetings.
Huh? It's Ayaka! Are you here for the test of courage too?
Yes. My brother told me that the event would be most interesting, and suggested that I personally participate. I have never experienced a test of courage event, so I don't really know what to expect.
Oh, so this is your first time?
To be frank, I'm no expert when it comes to the supernatural. I often worry that I haven't shown spirits proper respect, and have brought shame upon my clan. Oh, speaking of which, may I ask if the two of you are partners for the event?
Actually, the Shrine Maiden just told us that we only count as a single participant. However that works. So, we're looking for a partner now.
That's prejudice against whatever Paimon is. Does even count as a full person. Crazy.
Splendid. In that case, how would you like to be my partner? I always feel at ease when you're by my side. But of course, please don't let me get in the way if you wish to participate with someone else.
Now...
Oh,
Okay.
you'd really like to? Then it's my honor. Or I suppose I should say, please pardon my inexperience.
Sorry to interrupt again. Now, here's the thing. Ayaka would be an interesting choice because of her whole not getting out much kind of thing, right? And based on other things that she just said. But also, going to her first to hear what she has to say and then decline her, like that would have been bad. That would have felt so bad. I wouldn't have been able to accidentally, like, not that this person accidentally did it, but if I just wanted to talk to everyone first and see what they said, I wouldn't have been able to back out of Ayaka right there. Like with that whole thing. Like I wouldn't have been able to say no. Because she's just so hopeful that you'll be her partner. And then it's like, oh, but don't mind me, and then you feel bad because you're like, man, this girl doesn't have friends. Fuck. How can I, her best friend, be here? Be like, you're here for the event. You don't have a partner? Hold on, let me go talk to other people. And then even if you do come back, it's kind of like, oh man, you went to see how everyone else was doing. She was your last pick. Damn, dude, that sucks. You know what I mean? I couldn't do that to her. I couldn't do it. This is fine. I have no problem with this.
And if I appear to be frightened, please promise not to laugh at me.
No, I will. I mean, won't. Shit.
It looks like you found yourself a partner. The event is just about to start. I will now reveal the item you'll be looking for in the first round. It's called Dango Milk. Ooh.
Dango milk?
Correct. Tomoki was kind enough to provide us with his Dango Milk, and it has been hidden somewhere in the Chinju forest. The path will be marked with signs to guide you, but some strange and unusual things may occur along the way. If you ever feel you can't handle it, you may withdraw from the event at any time. Now, if you're ready, then you may begin.
Dango milk's
Don't
that,
let anyone to beat us to it. Let's go!
that milk that Raiden Shogun tried at the stall, right? In her story quest? I'm pretty sure. Oh, she's actually following you. And they make you be the
This reminds me
traveler.
of a story that a retainer once told me several years ago. There was a wandering samurai who, while crossing the forest at night, noticed that the familiar scenery was beginning to change right in front of him. The man stopped and realized that it was as if he was in another world. Strange creatures that didn't appear to be human were all staring at him.
The freaking sound design right now.
That's super scary. Paimon doesn't even dare look at these trees after hearing that story. Will we really be okay? If anything weird jumps out at us, teach it a lesson, traveler.
I have a thought. What if the partners are actually part of the contest? Where they're going to try to spook you as you go as well. Like they're in on it.
Oh, I'll show you how scary this Oni can be.
Oh, God.
How was that? Were you scared?
I can't quite make out what it is, but there seems to be something moving there. Look, everyone. Isn't this the Dango milk we're searching for? And there's a scarecrow beside it. Strange. What is that doing here?
Well, it doesn't matter now since we found the Dango milk, then we must be the first ones here, right? But there's no way we can carry back so much Dango milk. Why don't we drink some to lighten the load a little? Paimon could use a sip. Ah! The scarecrow stood up!
It appears to be guarding the Dango milk here.
You mean it's watching if we touch the Dango milk? Don't worry. Paimon didn't even touch it. Oh, maybe you're right. Paimon will try to calm down. Let's try some together.
If this turns into a weeping angel thing, I am out.
Tastes great.
Indeed. Any fears I had a moment ago seem to have been dissipated by the Dango milk. And now that I look around, this is Chinju Forest as I've always known it. After making it here, it doesn't seem nearly as frightening. My brother once said that fear stems from one's heart. And if your heart is at peace, then fear naturally dissipates. Now I understand what he meant. But fear is not entirely bad. Although I've been scared a few times, I still feel happy now. I would like to continue walking through the forest for a while. Will you accompany me?
I think I saw someone I know just now.
Ah, I see. Well, I shall continue walking while you go greet your friend.
Oh, damn. Okay. Okay.
Don't worry. Now that I've experienced the event once already, I won't be easily frightened. I'll see you later. Have a lovely chat with your friend.
Interesting. Okay.
Hey?
Huh.
Whoa! It's really you! What are you doing here?
Oh, hello. Miko told me about the Test of Courage event taking place here. I thought I would come and have a look.
Ah, so that's why you're here! So what do you think of the Test of Courage? Are you having fun?
It's more or less the same as I remember before. I wasn't scared by anything, but on the contrary, some of the event participants were horrified the moment they saw me.
Oh, that Miko! Did she send A here to scare people on purpose?
Yep.
If that's the case, it feels like A isn't really experiencing the event like everyone else. Oh, Paimon has an idea. We'll give you a bottle of the Dango milk we just found. That would make you a winner in this round, too.
Ah, yes. Isn't that the dessert drink we had the last time we met?
I remember.
Sure, I'll take one. Actually, I've sensed a familiar feeling ever since I arrived here. It's brought some old memories to mind.
Huh? A familiar feeling?
Have you been down to the beach by any chance?
Yes.
I was just strolling nearby when I noticed a space at the beach with a familiar game set up on it.
Oh. I guess not
I
recently.
took a brief look, and it appeared to be a game where you control flippers hovering in the air to strike a ball and hit some positioned elemental cubes. I saw the game was called Akitsu Yugen. I'm guessing it originated from Akitsu Hazura. The thought of that game caused me to recall some things from the past.
Akitsu Hazura? What's that?
It's a game where you use Hagoita to hit a ball towards a set target. It was once quite popular during festivals. Makoto also enjoyed playing Akitsu Hazura when she was alive. Yakiako was still around at that time, and nights in Inazuma were much more lively than they are now. The yokai would hold festivals from time to time, gathering to drink, laugh, and play music.
Oh, does that mean you could eat the delicious festival food whenever you liked?
Yes, the yokai called their celebration the Mikowa Flower Festival. Makoto and I attended it once. She found it particularly fascinating. Sadly, the past has all but vanished. But seeing a game like that again does make me feel happy.
Sounds like it could be fun! Paimon would like to play!
If you're interested, you can go to the beach and give it a try. It was still being set up when I was there earlier, but I assume it should be ready soon.
Yay!
I shall return to Tenshukaku. Miko told me that the test of courage consists of 3 rounds, so please, keep up the effort and give it your best until the end. Considering you two, I think you should have no problem making it to the end.
No, I can't imagine we would.
Oh, of course!
I know you can do it. Good luck.
Paimon doesn't remember hearing anything about a game on the beach from Ayato. You think that activity is also planned by the Ashiro Commission?
Probably.
Oh, the more Paimon thinks about it, the scarier it feels. Oh, this whole test of courage thing is keeping Paimon on edge. Anyway, the first round of the event should be finished by now, so let's head back.
So, I love the idea of Miko convincing A to go check out the test of courage. and A being like, I think I will, because she's just curious and walking around, and that actually scaring the hell out of people just seeing her like in the forest walking around. I mean, I think if I was just some normal dude in Inazuma and you just saw like the Archon, your god, walking in the forest just aimlessly, I don't like, that'd be kind of weird. You'd be like, what the fuck? You know, you'd probably lose it. So yeah, there's that. But this test of courage thing is a little weird from our point of view because, I mean, our characters, I mean, you know, the Traveler and a lot of these people, but mostly the Traveler, has seen a lot of terrifying stuff up till this point, probably, including whatever has happened in Sumeru, depending on when this event took place. I didn't really look specifically on when it was there in Sumeru. I just know that it was released at the time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this would be scary. Also, once again, with the Dango milk thing, which I remembered, and just a tiny rant here, going back to the whole Raiden Shogun's first story quest, and how people have compared that to a dating sim online, or at least that I've kind of seen looking it up afterwards after I've played it. Those people must be mauling right now. They must be losing their minds. Because, I mean, with the most recent stuff, I just did, right before this recording, yesterday, I did Mizuki's story quest. How are you going to get mad at Raiden's first story quest and not get mad at Mizuki's story quest? I mean, they must be, right? Those people? Like, you, if you're here and you're watching this right now, you justify how, if it doesn't bother you, how does that not bother you? With how hard they push. Because the dating sim element to Raiden's story quest was nothing compared to anything that had happened in Mizuki's story quest. And Mizuki's stuff happened over like a really good animated cutscene too. Like there's some of that, like, you know, there's stuff happening. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just thinking, maybe no one cares. Maybe no one cares anymore. The stuff that I've seen, maybe that's just happened forever ago. And no one actually cares anymore. And you know what? That's fine. If no one cares, thank goodness. If people do care, you gotta get over it. But anyway, no, I think it's cool. We have a little scene with Raiden here. That was nice. Just having her hop around. Well, not hop. She wasn't hopping. She's just walking around menacingly. But I just like the idea of her just showing up to check things out and be like, oh yeah, well, and either they're different or they're the same, and whatever that is. And she talks about how she feels about that. But yeah, anyway, we're back to Captain Noodle Arms. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Damn, that just feels bad. Itto, what's up, man?
So, what'd you think? Do I know how to scare people or what?
Oh, what'd Paimon think? Paimon was hiding behind you the entire time, so Paimon didn't really notice Itto scaring us at all. Paimon will leave this one to the Traveler. So, was Itto scary or not?
You're the scariest Oni ever.
Really? Even I had no idea I possessed such talent. But this is just what I needed to hear. Now I'll show them. The gang will know just how terrifying their leader can be. Anyway, I've already figured out which path they'll be taking, so let's wait nearby and scare the pants off them. Now things are getting interesting. You ready? We've got people to scare. Shh, I think we're getting close. Come on. We can't let them see us.
Oh, here they come. So, how are you going to scare them, Itto?
Easy peasy. We'll wait for them to get real close, and then we'll jump out and shout together. They won't know what hit them.
Jump scares.
Huh? What are we, a bunch of kids now?
Hey, don't underestimate me. It may sound simple, but I know exactly what'll scare them. The gang's probably moping along on their way back, saying things like, "This is boring," and "Let's go home." But it's dark and their guard is down. Now's our chance. Having the three of us suddenly come flying out of the bushes is gonna scare them real good. Before they come to their senses, we'll already be halfway to our next ambush spot. Shh, you hear that? Someone's coming. It must be them. All right, I'll count us in. Ready? We jump on 0. 3, 2, 1. Ah!
Ooga booga booga!
Uh-huh. Wait, you're not...
They're ghosts!
Ghosts!
Wait, hold on a second.
Did you see that? They were definitely not human! So all the strange rumors about the test of courage are true. Oh, what should we do? Do you think the ghosts are coming after us?
Oh, Paimon. I didn't expect you to be such a baby.
Hey, you're one to talk. You were the first to start running. Don't make fun of Paimon.
Well, you shouted ghosts, so my instinct to escort you two to safety kicked in. After all, real ghosts are terrifying. My skills are completely useless against them.
So why did we stop running?
Because I just realized that they were also running from us. Which means they were afraid of us too. And if that's the case, then there shouldn't be anything to worry about. Now that I've calmed down, I'm starting to wonder if they were actually ghosts. They might have been people dressed up as ghosts to scare us. Oh, definitely not. No, during the event, I took a little walk around the Chinju forest and saw all the gimmicks that the Yashiro Commission had set up. Those three weren't from the Yashiro Commission, but they did seem a little familiar. Come on, let's go back there and take a look.
Huh? Now you want to go back? But there's still a chance that they were real spirits, right? If we go back now, they might try to eat us.
Oh, it's all right, Paimon. If you're scared, you can stay here. Traveler and I will go investigate.
Really? Oh, that'd be great. Oh, right. The last mystery novel Paimon bought from Yai Publishing House had a plot just like that. During the investigation, whoever said I'm not going would always be the next victim.
Sounds about right.
So, I'd second that. Paimon's going with you. Don't you ever leave Paimon behind! Ever!
It looked like they were running that way, but it's hard to say exactly where they went, so let's split up.
But then you'll be all alone, which according to the mystery novels is super dangerous!
Don't worry about me. Once my rear's in gear, I'm not afraid of nothing.
Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
They scared you that bad, huh? Looks like they really do have a knack for spooking people. This time, I'll capture him and learn their art for scaring people. Anyway, I'll catch you around.
And there he goes, running off and talking to himself. Again. Do we really have to go? Oh, fine. Let's go take a look then. But the second we see anything scary, we make a run for it. Got it?
I don't think Itto knows what rear in gear means. That just means to move faster. Doesn't it? Doesn't that just mean to, like... I guess it could just mean to get going, so once I get going. So it's not literally moving. But it is. Anyway. Those were just kids wearing masks participating in the event, right? Like that's just what that was? Okay. I guess it's supposed to be dark and they can't see right and
Well,
stuff
we've
and
already
found.
walked all the way here.
Bird.
Wonder where those three went. Paimon didn't see them anywhere. Oh, maybe Itto was right. Maybe they've been hiding. Huh. Seems like they're not scary after all. Hey! Listen up, you three little wimps! Paimon can already see you guys, so just come out and show yourselves!
Oh.
There's someone actually here! Paimon's scared again!
It's just gonna be a few more days. Just don't do it, Chizuru. You can't give in to your desires. Others will suffer for it. You mustn't make the same mistake. Just hold on a little longer. You've already come all this way, right?
Excuse us. Did you happen to see three rascals pass by here?
Is it me or does it look like she's burying something? Chizuru. Why do I know that name? Forgive me if I'm way off. But is this the person, or is that the person connected to if I'm actually right about this, I'm just goated. But I don't think I am. I'm not sure. When I was here originally, I think it was here. It was when I was doing that Shrine Maiden. It was during the Sakura cleansing ritual world quest. And I was here in this area, I think, looking for the Shrine Maidens, or was it somewhere else? Wasn't there an author? Isn't there an NPC who's an author who's trying to write a horror novel? And is their name Chizuru? I have to look back. I could be way off. But I wouldn't be surprised if that character is brought into this. Because it's supposed to be spooky, scary, and we're dealing with ghosts and stuff. Anyway, I also think I'm starting to remember this parts of this in a version trailer. I don't remember what happens, but I remember it being like me like oh, an actual ghost story. Cool. Maybe I could be mixing things up. You know, it's been a while, and my brain be doing that lately. It's been mixing a lot of things up, which is great and also not so great. It's cool because a lot of things are very new. Not so great because the purpose was to like connect dots, and I think I'm still doing a relatively okay job, but there are a lot of simple things that I should be remembering that I am forgetting over time. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue.
Let Paimon tell you what they look like.
Damn, being human.
Are you talking to me?
I like your kimono.
To someone like me?
Oh.
You have no business coming here. You shouldn't be anywhere near me. If you value your lives, you must leave immediately. Otherwise, your souls will be trapped here forever. I won't warn you again. Now, away with you! Be gone!
Wow, these effects for this test of courage is getting pretty good.
Wake up! Hey, traveler! Wake up!
Hey, Hazo. What happened?
Thank goodness you're okay.
Hazo?
Before we get to that, I think someone needs your attention first.
Paimon.
Please don't eat Paimon. Paimon doesn't taste very good.
We don't know that. Not that I would.
Revenge, Paimon! Are you here to rescue Paimon? Oh, and Heizo's here too! What happened to that scary person just now? Did you manage to defeat her?
Scary person?
There's a person wearing a weird outfit.
Okay, I see. I only found the two of you passed out here when I arrived. There was no one else around. What happened? Tell me all the details.
We tell them everything.
As I suspected, there appears to be something more behind this test of courage event. But let's get back to your original question. I haven't told you the reason I'm here.
True.
The truth is, I was commissioned to come here for an investigation.
You were commissioned?
That's right. Some time ago, a peculiar game was discovered on the beach.
A peculiar game on the beach? Oh, could it be the Akitsu game that A mentioned?
Ah, so you've heard of it. The game quietly appeared some time ago and has since attracted some players. Apparently, it's very interesting. There was no one on the beach other than visitors and tourists when the game appeared. Imagine it like this. A stall suddenly appears on the street with no owner. And stranger yet, it could operate normally without anyone supervising it. People at the beach can start the game simply by talking to the bulletin board.
Could it be run by ghosts?
Some tourists started to say that, and the rumor began to spread, until it became a full-blown ghost story. The further that story spread, the more plausible it seemed, causing people to be unwilling to go anywhere near the beach. The Tenryou Commission wanted to close the beach in order to investigate the situation and dispel the rumors, but before they could do anything, the Yashiro Commission organized the Test of Courage event here. People that were initially scared by the rumors began to believe that the beach game was actually a preview event planned by the Yashiro Commission for the Test of Courage, so visitors have gradually returned again. But I'm quite positive that the game never had anything to do with the Yashiro Commission.
Interesting.
Wait, so the Yashiro Commission were fully aware of all the spooky stuff going on, but they still decided to hold their event here? But Ayato must be one of the smartest guys we know! What the heck was he thinking?
Who knows? But I'd rather trust tangible evidence than speculate on his thoughts. As for my commission, apparently someone reported that they found themselves trapped for hours on the beach while playing the game. According to his own account, he kept returning to the same location no matter which way he went. And even though his friends were nearby, they couldn't see him.
That sounds so scary!
Even though it was obvious that he wasn't telling me the whole story, the testimonies of his friends did validate that what he said actually occurred. On top of that, it was also this very incident that led to all the ghost rumors. No one dared to go near the beach until the Yashiro Commission announced the Test of Courage. Who set up the game on the beach? And why did the Yashiro Commission help them cover it up? I need to uncover the truth, so I'm here to investigate. Anyway, don't mind me. Working together will only raise suspicion, so I'll undertake my own investigation for the time being. However, please proceed with caution. Based on my observations, most people are still unaware of anything happening here. Telling people that something's amiss might cause quite a stir.
Okay, that is the first part. Now, some comments about some things. Interesting how the game's not really a part of anything, but is there, and then the competition's being held anyway. I imagine the game is something that you would actually do in the event, that you get to try it out for yourself. In between the parts, maybe. So interesting. Sorry. Okay. I forgot to mention. I don't even know if I mentioned it. I can't remember anything. I slept better last night. I did. So between last night, well, between the night before and last night, I now have a total of 8 hours of sleep. So I'm doing great. Let's see. I average around 5-6 hours. Let's see. Something I think I've talked about this before, maybe not specifically, but Heizo, this is my first time really actually hearing him other than outside of his trailer. And I think it's cool. I like that he's a detective. I like that he's investigating all this stuff. I think that makes an interesting character. Also, playing as Heizo, not that I don't have him built or anything like that, but whenever I've had him in a test run, he's always been fun. Yeah. I wish his design was a little different. Like, it could, if it just had a little, just a little. They need to fix his shirt. His napkin shirt bothers me so much. I hate that his sides are exposed. Just cover up his sides. Just have it be a solid white shirt all the way around. Just cover up that area. Just have it actually connect or something. Or even if it doesn't connect, make it just don't show off this. Don't make it flaps. You know? Make it an actual shirt. If they did that, great. And because the back of them is like just plain white, even if they didn't do anything to change that, that's fine. But they could just put like a symbol on it or something. Put some kind of marking on the back of the shirt as well. And now it's more dynamic. Now you got like the white, and then you have maybe, I don't know, just like some symbol could be black, could be red, could be brown, like his pants, so it matches and it just whatever. And then you cover the sides, and great. The character design's so much better. I wish that they did that. If they ever release an alternate costume, an alternate outfit for Heizo, it's already going to be 10 times better than what he was released with. Most likely, unless they keep him with a napkin. I don't... Which they could do. They could just give him a fancier napkin. No, they'll give him a cloth napkin instead of a paper napkin. You know, who knows? Anyway, let's move on.
Well, the second round of the test of courage is about to begin.
It's the game.
Paimon wonders if the Shrine Maiden knows anything about what Heizo told us. Let's go ask her.
Hey, you guys finally made it. I was searching for hours. Still didn't see any sign of those three, so I decided to come back. How about you? Find anything?
It's kinda hard to explain.
I see. So you came up empty-handed too. Well, it doesn't matter. I already came up with a new plan.
Huh? What plan?
Shinobu told me a saying after she got back from studying in Liyue. It went something like, the something by day becomes, something by night?
The hunter by day becomes the hunted by night?
Yeah, that's what I said. Come on, keep up. Anyway, I was so focused on scaring people last round that those three dressed
That's
up as
funny.
ghosts caught me completely off guard. But not this time. Oh no, I'll be hiding nearby and waiting for those three to emerge first, and then I'll nail them with a surprise attack. You two just gotta keep playing it natural and join the contest. Got it? Okay, see you later.
Wait, Itto! He ran off again. Well, his plan does make some sense, at least. Let's go talk to the Shrine Maiden so we can join the second round.
Haunted Tales!
Congratulations on winning the first round of the test of courage.
Oh, it's
Now
exciting.
you're one step closer to the dark, messy truth. But is that really a good thing? Ooh.
Hey, cut the nonsense! What we just saw was super terrifying!
Oh, really? Good to hear. Hearing the word super terrifying is exactly what all us event organizers would like to hear.
No, that's not what Paimon means. Something mysterious is also happening here, not just the event.
So what? You've heard the stories about the test of courage, haven't you? Everyone who participates in the event faces a variety of emotions. People are afraid of seeing their innermost fears appear before them, and yet they still seek the thrill of experiencing those fears. So, isn't it natural for us to have things in the dark and deathly silent forest to help fulfill that experience? Just like the grinning monster standing behind you right now, waiting for you to turn around.
Ah, really?
She's messing with you.
I knew a little trick like that wouldn't be enough to scare you
Oh,
off.
Toma.
So, congrats on passing this test. The second round of the test of courage will begin shortly. Have you found your partner yet?
Oh, okay.
But don't we already have a partner from the last round?
Yes, your team's outstanding efforts certainly won you the last round. So it's understandable that you'd want to pair up with your previous partner. But unfortunately, you must find a different partner for each round of the event. If you don't have a partner by the time the next round begins, then...
Yeah, Paimon already knows. If we don't have a partner in time, then we'll be disqualified. Let's ask around and see if there's anyone looking for a partner.
Alright, so... Okay. I see now. I see that what the choices. Because you could have different partners each day, each part of this. I also want to compliment, I'm enjoying some of the camera angles that they're using for this. And I wish they did it a little more in some parts. Not necessarily just talking to the Shrine Maiden, but in others, where there was a shot through the leaves of like the tree branches from a distance looking at them, right? So that gives you the idea that they're being watched. Whether or not they are actually being watched in that moment, it's kind of up to debate, I guess, or you could kind of talk about it. But stuff like that is pretty cool. They did the swirl cam, which they've done sometimes as well. I don't think it was really necessary for that part. I get what they're going with, but even just like the more subtle camera angles, in my opinion, make a difference, and that's cool to see on occasion here. Now, as far as who I would choose to be my partner out of the options here, Yoimiya, Sayu, and Toma. For strategy's sake, actually, I don't know. I was originally going to say for strategy purposes. Like, if it was actually me, I might actually pick Yoimiya because she talks. And if you're actually concerned with being afraid, getting scared, the fact that she's just going to always be talking, she's going to take your mind off of it. Plus, if something jumps out to be like, sure, you might get a little startled, but I don't think it's going to spook you because you've been in like higher spirits the entire time. But then again, you could get surprised easier, I guess, because you're focused on something else. But I think a reasonable one would be Toma. Sayu would be the worst choice to pick. Because she's going to be half asleep. Probably not really talking. I'll probably get the feeling that she doesn't even want to be here. You know? But then again, doesn't she like normally hang out here? So she would know the place the best? So I don't know if she normally hangs out here. This is just where we found her originally. Anyway, let's see who they choose. My money's on Toma because he's best boy. You're not going to Toma? Okay, Yoimiya, alright. That's fine. I think that is the most logical.
Hey, traveler. Paimon. I had a feeling you two would be here.
Oh, Yoimiya! You're here too?
Mm-hmm. I was also here for the first round, but I arrived a little early, so maybe that's why I didn't see you.
Fair.
By the way, I heard you were the winners. Impressive. I eventually found the hidden Dango milk too, but it was already too late.
Damn.
Actually, Paimon still doesn't know how we managed to find it. Paimon was just hiding behind him the whole time, and somehow we won.
Traveler, you never told me you were so good at this sort of event. You weren't keeping it a secret, were you?
Absolutely.
Anyway, would you like to pair up with me? We'd be an amazing team. With us working together, the second round will be a piece of cake.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
Awesome! Don't worry, you'll see that being on my team is a blast. Now let's get out there and win this thing. We'll move faster than a firework shooting straight into the sky. It'll be like whoosh, and the round will be ours.
You appear to have found a partner. Let's see if you can repeat your luck from the first round.
Hell yeah.
Though, whether winning should be considered good luck or not is debatable. Anyway, I will now reveal the item you'll be searching for in the second round of the test of courage. It's a fan.
A fan? You mean like the thing we use to keep cool when it's hot out?
Correct. The fan was personally selected by the Yashiro Commissioner himself and has been placed somewhere in the Chinju Forest.
It's not
There will be
Ayaka's fan, is
signs
it?
to guide the way, but
That'd be weird.
beware. The darkness that lurks in the forest is drawing nearer. Remember, if you can't go on any further, you can always give up and live to see another day.
We'll never give up. Let's go!
Yeah! And with that said, I'll be right back. I have returned. Let's get back into it. It's cool that they make you be the traveler and have the character actually following you. I do like that little touch to it. It's nice.
Something just fell from above! Ah! Keep it away from Paimon!
Really? Let me see. Oh, it's an Oni Kabuto. And pretty strong ones from the looks of it. I'll hold on to them. They'll come in real handy for the next Oni Kabuto tournament.
Hell yeah. Convenient. Although, having giant beetles just fall from the trees onto your head would be kind of unfortunate.
That's strange. How did Paimon transform into a lavender melon?
Hey! Paimon's over here! That doesn't even look like Paimon!
Well,
So what in the world is this? Hey, it's flying away! Don't go! Let me have a look at ya!
Whew. This should be far enough.
Are you tired, Paimon? Do you want to take a break?
Yes, please. Let's rest here. Huh? Wait a minute. Was that statue always facing this way?
nope. I actually didn't like that.
The candles also went out. What's going on? Is something coming? Oh, let's get out of here.
Whoa, Paimon wasn't kidding. The statue really did move. Wonder how that works. Wow, look at all the lanterns here. It's so beautiful. But now that I look closer, it seems like the lanterns are floating in midair. How is that possible?
That's definitely not normal.
Hey, can I borrow your shoulders for a second? You can give me a boost, and I'll pull one of them down.
No, now's not the time.
Hey, look what we have here. Isn't this the fan we're looking for? Wow, it has such a beautiful design on it. Are those fireworks? It seems to be for some sort of festival. So, now that we've found this fan, does that mean we've won the second round of the test of courage? Let's bring it back.
Whew. Thank goodness it's over. Wonder if Itto's still out trying to capture those 3 from earlier. Paimon's a little worried about him. Why don't we have a look around?
Is there something else you need to take care of? How about I take the fan back then?
Thank you. That would help.
No need to thank me. It's been a blast doing the test of courage with you guys. I'd love to do it again.
Well, we're not allowed to. But it was nice. I like how she had to very much kind of like, let's observe this closer when there was just weird stuff happening.
Ah! Just run! Don't worry about me!
Oh, okay.
Don't underestimate this, Oni. None of you are getting away today.
Hey, it's Itto! It looks like he captured those 3 we were looking for. Let's go see.
Yeah, beat up them kids.
Wow, Itto, you really captured them!
Seriously, why didn't you run when I told you?
What are you saying? We couldn't abandon you.
Yeah, that's right. So just get on with it. If you're gonna eat us, then you'll have to deal with all 3 of us. We won't back down, even if we're already in your stomach.
Who said we were going to eat you? Wait, are you the ghost of something tasty? And Itto, why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
I have a weird feeling that I've seen these 3 somewhere before. Ah, I know! These are all creatures from the Ultimate Yokai Field Guide that Granny used to show me. There's Yoko, Kappa, and Hitotsume Kozo. They're all yokai!
It sure took you long enough to notice.
Well, we recognized you right away. You're an Oni, aren't you? According to legends, Oni are grouchy, extremely strong, and crush other yokai into balls to eat them up.
Balls.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard! Who came up with that? Besides, you're the ones people are scared of, hiding behind bushes and scaring people off the road. What are you trying to do here?
You heard it here first. Arataki Itto eats balls. Also, how dare they use Rue's model again and just throw a mask on the face? They gotta stop. They're killing me with this. I guess the hat's different. Kind of. Is it? I don't know. Anyway. Arataki Itto eats balls.
Don't think I didn't see you following him around and conjuring up all sorts of weird,
sorry.
scary stuff.
Aha! So it was you 3.
No, we weren't trying to scare anyone. We were just trying to, Really? You're not mad?
Even though you scared the daylights out of Paimon a few times, it doesn't seem like you were doing it on purpose. Anyway, let's hear your side of the story, and Paimon will decide whether or not to forgive you.
Well, the truth is, we were planning a festival. One hosted by the yokai, but humans are also welcome to attend.
The Mikawa Flower Festival?
Ah, the festival that A mentioned!
Mikawa Flower Festival. Huh, that does ring a bell. Oh, right, it used to be hosted by the top yokai. I heard it was supposed to be a lot of fun. I mean, not as fun as my almighty Arataki Great and Glorious Drum-Along Festival, but still.
Yes, the Mikawa Flower Festival is our aspiration. But we know that our festival doesn't deserve that name. The times of Yakiyako are long gone. We're just a bunch of little yokai living in the wilderness. As you can see, we lack the necessary yokai powers to put on such a grand festival.
So, but you're clearly wearing masks. So, like, are you wearing masks to represent what kind of yokai you are? But you're in human form? Or are you just lying and you're just kids wearing masks? And is this really just because they just didn't want to put in the effort of making models for unique kid NPC characters and they just put masks on them to represent, like, it's like as if I was watching a play or something, which feels bad if I think about it like that. I think that's kind of what they did. Damn. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. The Kappa kid. This. It's not on it. This guy. It's supposed to be filled with water. And if it spills, I'm pretty sure he dies. Anyway, you gotta watch something like that. It's been a while since I've read the yokai lore of kappas and these other things. Anywho, let's continue.
Humans and express our gratitude.
Huh? Gratitude? What do you mean?
Mm-hmm. You see, we live in the wilderness and are frequently attacked by monsters.
Hmm?
They would come and stir up trouble on our land, forcing us to hand over our food. Sometimes they would even get rough and leave us injured. But later, many human adventurers came into the wilderness and drove off the monsters, allowing us to live in peace.
Ah, I get it now. You want to repay the favor, but your powers are too puny. Hey, don't let it get to ya. You might be a bunch of pipsqueaks, but you're all solid yokai in my book.
So, are you the ones who set up the Akitsu Yugen game on the beach?
Yep, that was us. Have you tried it yet? Isn't it fun? We drew inspiration from the legendary Akitsu Hazura. It took a lot of yokai power to set it up. After that, we didn't have much yokai power left, so we set up some stalls in the forest to add to the festival atmosphere.
We were just following you to see your reactions.
Is the Akitsu Yugen really that important? Why did you spend all of your yokai power to build it? Paimon would have taken the Traveler for a big meal if you had set up more food stalls.
Really?
To be honest, we've never met a human before, so we had no idea what you would like. We focused on building the Akitsu Yugen because of a legend we heard.
Ah, I know the one.
It's the story of yokai meeting a human during a festival hundreds of years ago. It's said that long ago, a human samurai once stumbled across the Mikawa Flower Festival.
Huh? What's a human doing here? We erected the barrier, didn't we? What a pain.
The yokai at the festival began discussing how to drive away the human. When suddenly, they heard a voice.
This is our festival, and the point is to have fun. What difference does it make if a human joins us yokai?
Yeah.
The speaker appeared to be a prominent figure among the yokai, and when he spoke, the other yokai fell silent.
You there, young man, do you drink sake?
Yes, I do.
Ha! Then join us! We can enjoy tonight's festivities together!
And so, the yokai and samurai celebrated together. The two competed in the highlight of the festival, the Akitsu Hazura. Their spectacular game ended in a draw, and a new friendship was forged.
I can't believe a human could keep up with me!
Witnessing the dynamic powers of the yokai will certainly help hone my swordsmanship.
You're a swordsman?
Oh, yes. I'm currently traveling the world in search of formidable opponents.
Then let's make a deal. We meet for a duel every 10 years. What do you say?
I look forward to it.
The Mikawa Flower Festival is meant to bring happiness to all who attend, and Akitsu Hazura is a symbol of friendship. That's why, when we decided to hold the festival here, setting up Akitsu Hazura was our first priority. Unfortunately, the real Akitsu Hazura has been lost to time. What we created is a version of the game we heard about from a wandering merchant, so we changed the name to Akitsu Yugen.
Yeah, but that wasn't us. We have no idea what could have gone wrong.
We closed Akitsu Yugen a while ago and carefully checked it for any issues. But we didn't find anything wrong with it. Maybe it was just some strange mishap caused by our unstable yokai power at the time.
They don't look like they're lying. And believe me, I know a liar when I see one. Maybe it really was just an accident.
After that incident, people stopped coming to the attraction. Later, a human man with blue hair appeared and walked around the area.
Ayato?
He had a piercing gaze. I almost felt like he could see us. But then he turned and quickly left without saying anything.
It wasn't long before large numbers of people began coming to the Chinju forest. And visitors were playing Akitsu again. It was wonderful.
A human man with blue hair?
Must have been Ayato. I don't know why they keep saying Yugen when it should be Yuge. Seriously, I know it sounds like Yuge, and maybe that's why they're butchering it so bad, but it's supposed to be Yuge. Or Yugei. Because the E is eh, and the I is E. And the W is an extended U sound, so it's Yugei. I don't know why they're adding an N that's not there. That's not how the Japanese language works at all. And it's not just one character doing it and messing up, it's like all of them. They're all saying it wrong. I don't know. It's kind of weird. That animation was also really cool. You know me, I love seeing stuff like that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounded like, unfortunately, it sounded like the voice actor for the samurai character in that animation had problems with his mic or something. I don't know, or something happened in the audio mixing for it, because there was a little bit of like there's a little bit of a strain to it. Like it sounded like it was kind of like something was broken in the mic or something. I don't know. This is like, I'm enjoying this event so far. It's an interesting idea and concept, and I'm liking it, but I can't help but see these little things, these little quality issues where I'm kind of like, we're not in Inazuma anymore, guys, where you had an excuse for things kind of like, for quality kind of dipping here and there. There's some issues here still, unfortunately. The fact that these 3 kids, I guess, are actually yokai, but you can't make them models, so they're just kids with masks on? Fucking lazy. That's stupid. Come on. The voice thing for the male samurai could have been re-recorded easy, no problem. It wasn't like a lot of lines to do. That could have been better. Not that it was a huge problem, but like, come on, let's do a thing here. Yeah, and then just completely mispronouncing the word over and over and over again. I understand if it's one character and they're being directed wrong, but I guess all these voice actors just had a director that just doesn't know the pronunciation at all of the Japanese language, so they keep directing them to say the wrong thing, or they're really that idiotic where they're afraid of saying a word that sounds like gay, even though the meaning would be completely different because it's a different language. I don't understand. There's just some things where I'm kind of like, those are odd choices. Why wouldn't you fix that? Was this actually rushed out? Why'd you do that? Because there's a really cool story here, and there's a cool backstory here. But let's present it right. I'm sure. Actually, I don't know. I'm not sure. I hope that stuff like this doesn't continue, that the quality of this event kind of picks up. And I'm just saying this as unbiased as possible, because I've been through Inazuma, and I've been through its rush job, as people claim. And I still thought it was great. The quality hasn't really dipped other than, the time when it came out. The world was a little chaotic, and their focus wasn't where it needed to be in some cases. But this event comes much later, so it gets me a little worried. I'm starting to, because a lot of people hyped up Sumeru stuff, and I'm kind of like, so just because we went back to Inazuma? Did it get the shaft? Or is this the quality I'm expecting through Sumeru? Because if it is, you guys are huffing something. I don't want to say that you are, but there's a lot of little, like, I just, I'm just saying, the future of this game has been hyped up a lot. And I've played Mizuki's Story Quest, and that was freaking amazing. That was great. I am excited for that kind of quality. And I know that this isn't going to reach that yet, but this should be the building blocks to that. I don't really see an excuse here. We are many events and missions later. I'm over here thinking, uh-oh, but I'm going to let it slide for now, and we're going to continue. Because I am still enjoying the overall story and experience, and I do think it's cool what they are doing here, how we are interacting with these different characters, those choices made, seeing this event, and the overall background story that these yokai are telling us, and the mystery of this ghost character. So, let's continue. I'm just giving it to you straight, guys. That's just what I see, and that's what I notice. I could blame my headphones for the weird voice stuff that I've been hearing sometimes, but I don't think that's it. Because it's not like that for all the other characters. When it comes to mispronunciation and weird voices things, like, I don't know what excuse to give other than that they fucked up.
Now that you mention it, the fan that Ayato chose is the same kind that's used at a festival. Do you think that he knew about the yokai when he decided to hold the test of courage here?
Absolutely.
Oh, so my bro Ayato is here for the test of courage too?
Bro Ayato?
Or maybe he's here to catch Oni Kabuto. Ha! Had I known that, I would have brought the one I caught a few days ago to battle him.
Wow! Itto's still clueless about who Ayato really is.
It's alright. I don't know that connection there, but
Seems
sure.
like all the strange things we saw earlier were caused by these little yokai, not ghosts. What a relief. And now that we know what's happening, the test of courage doesn't seem that scary after all.
Hey, you want to hang out with humans, right? I totally get that. After all, we yokai are becoming a rare breed these days. If all we do is isolate, we'll only feel more lonely. So why don't you let this Oni do you a favor, See, I'm a yokai too, right? And I'm already a natural in human society. I bet there's not a single person in Inazuma who hasn't heard of Arataki, the one and only Itto. Come on, let's go. I'll show you around.
Now that Paimon doesn't feel so scared anymore, maybe we can walk around the area. The yokai said they wanted to host a festival, but Paimon was too busy having the bejeebers scared out of her to pay any attention until now. Come to think of it, Paimon remembers seeing some festival-related items on the beach. Let's head over there and take a look. Maybe we can help out.
Alright.
Wait! You're the strange lady we met before.
Oh, it's you two again. I have to say, I'm impressed by your willingness to approach me after last time. You're much braver than I thought. But I'm not going to let you off the hook so easily this time. If you don't leave, I'll...
You'll what?
Nice try, but you don't scare us anymore.
I don't know why, but yeah.
Yokai, and they told us everything.
Oh.
Fellow yokai.
That's right. You're another little yokai who lives in the wilderness, aren't you? We just met Yoko, Kappa, and Hitotsume Kozo. So which type of yokai are you, Oh, let Paimon guess. Actually, Paimon has no idea what you are. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're on our way to play Akitsu Yugen. Care to join us?
Akitsu Yugen. Again, that game. How could this be happening now? All I needed was a little more time. And I could...
You could what?
Huh? What's the matter? Are you not feeling well? Oh, maybe you're hungry. Or maybe you didn't sleep well. You look pretty exhausted. Don't worry, Itto has already taken your fellow yokai to meet some new friends. Everyone will get along just fine.
We're your friends too.
Yeah, so there's no need to worry. Come on, let's go play Akitsu Yugen. We'll see who can finish the game the quickest. The loser will have to grant the winner a wish. Oh, it's starting! Get ready. Amazing! You cleared all the elemental cubes so quickly!
I'm just that good.
Paimon thinks we got this in the bag. Alright, it's your turn.
Okay. Watch and learn.
No way! She hit every cube in one shot and finished even faster than you, Traveler! Paimon's head is spinning after watching that. Did you see how she did it?
I can see
Even
it.
if the rules have changed a little, I would never lose to amateurs like you.
Oh, right! You're a yokai! You're the ones who created Akitsu Yugen! No wonder you're so good. Anyway, we'll keep our word. You can make a wish now. But before you say anything, we won't do anything that's clearly impossible or harmful to others.
A wish, huh? Then I wish that we never cross paths again.
Oh,
Wait,
that's not very nice.
what? But didn't we just have a great time together?
That's precisely why.
Oh.
Don't ever come near me or speak to me again. Surely that's a wish you can fulfill, right? This is my final word of warning. If I ever see your faces again, I will... I'll steal your souls! Scared now? Good! Then don't come here again!
Paimon doesn't get it. Did we do something wrong?
Everyone has their reasons.
Fair enough. But Paimon had a lot of fun playing Akitsu Yugen with her. It would be great if we could see her again. Anyway, let's go see how Itto's doing.
So, you must be Hitatsume Kozo.
Yeah.
No need to be nervous. I'm Yuimiya, and I run Naganohara Fireworks.
Oh, I once saw some Naganohara fireworks. Even though I was watching from a distance, they were still so beautiful, bursting across the sky.
Really? Then the next time we meet, I'll bring some fireworks for us to launch together. It'll be fun.
Whoa, really? Thank you very much. And if I may ask, are you Lord Kaedehara Kazuha?
Oh.
Yes, that's me. But I'm afraid that I'm no lord, just a wandering samurai.
I've seen you with your sword in the wilderness. You made quick work of many opponents with your amazing swordsmanship.
That must have been when I was trying to escape Inazuma. It wasn't as impressive as you make it seem. I had to face many trying situations before I was able to leave the islands. The head of the Kamisato clan also lent me his assistance at the time. By the way, this is his sister.
Oh, so you must be the one and only Shirasagi Himegimi. What an honor.
There's no need to be so formal.
I never imagined I'd ever meet someone as distinguished as you. I must be dreaming.
Hey, don't you want to go talk to them too?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm rather shy.
Really? Well, that's strange. You seemed completely fine when we were chatting.
I'm not sure why, but I feel so relaxed when talking with you, General Goro. Actually, I'm the most timid of the three of us. I hid for days the last time someone tossed a stone into the river. Sorry for rambling on. It's odd. I'm not normally like this.
It's okay. You can't excel at everything. The important thing is to have the courage to change.
Hey there. Chatting away, I see. Mind if I join you?
I've never seen a kappa before.
Hello there.
Thank you for bringing so many amazing people to meet us, Itto.
Ah, it's nothing. Being the one and only means being the best, you know? Oh, I should mention that I even have my own gang, and every member has a special title.
Classic Itto! There you go, bragging about yourself again. Don't confuse them. Everyone's here for the test of courage, not because you brought them here. Half the people here don't even know who you are.
Hey, this is my moment, Paimon. Don't ruin it for me.
Itto really isn't as cool as he claims to be. When it comes to having connections in Inazuma, nobody can beat Paimon and the Traveler.
Oh, yeah? All right. Well, then let's have a little contest and see who knows the most people.
Sure, bring it on, bull checker beetle boy.
Please don't fight. Actually, I think you're both really amazing. And you also have a great friendship, just like Lord Kamai and the samurai.
Well, of course. Boss! Oh, it's the boys!
The boys!
Ah, darn it. I was so caught up with the yokai that I forgot I was supposed to scare the daylights out of the gang.
Boss!
Hey, fellas. Look, I can explain.
Boss! We're sorry!
Wait, what now?
We shouldn't have ever doubted you, boss! You were right!
Yeah, the test of courage is terrifying. There are definitely ghosts here. I still get shivers just thinking about it. But the thrill is kind of fun.
Oh, well, I told you it would be an exhilarating experience, but no, none of you believed me. Anyway, no need to be too scared now. Let me tell you what's happening here. It turns out there aren't any ghosts here. All the scary stuff you saw was just a little misunderstanding we had with the yokai. Right?
Sorry, but I've never seen these three before. I'm not sure where you've been or what you've seen, but I don't think it had anything to do with us.
Huh?
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 Hold on, little Yoko. You're kidding, right? You know, now's not really the time for that.
No, I'm serious. I really don't know what's going on.
But if it wasn't you guys, does that mean there are real ghosts out here?
Wait a minute. We did meet some lady who was all dressed up.
That's right. Paimon assumed she was a yokai too. And we even played Akitsu with her.
I'm not sure who it was you met. But we're the only three yokai who wanted to hold a festival here.
So we just assumed.
So she was a ghost?
Boss, save us! Calm down. Everyone just calm down now.
What's all the noise about?
Oh, you're the Tenryou Commission's...
Hazel!
There's nothing to fear. Even if there really is a ghost, all your noise would drive it away. Itto, you and your gang should go and inform the other contestants about the situation. Traveler, Paimon, please, come with me.
Oh, okay.
Just like that.
Paimon somehow feels a little better now that Hazo's here.
Just took charge of the situation. It's good. And that answered a question that I had about Heizo. I imagine, based off of Arataki Itto's reaction to Heizo showing up, is that he works for the Tenryou Commission. Maybe I'm wrong, because Arataki Itto is prone to misunderstand things, but it seems as though that's the case. It's pretty cool. I was wondering, because I know that there was that detective agency in Inazuma, and I was like, where's Heizo? He's a detective too. Shouldn't he be associated with that? And there was no sign of him or word of him at all. But yeah, I guess that would make sense that he's potentially... He's even got more status than I realized. And I could be wrong with speculating that, but that's just kind of what it seems. But I do like that he kind of showed up and he's just kind of like... Not rude about it, but he is just straight up giving orders to people like, okay, we're going to handle this. You do that, you come with me. Like, you know, so he's got a plan.
Don't freak out, boys. Whatever happens, I'll protect you.
You're the best, boss!
Does Itto only have 3 members of his gang?
Recite this to yourself. Keep your mind clear and at peace. Free your thoughts from spirits and ghosts. Those were Her Excellency's remarks in the directive. She once said, there is nothing to be afraid of as long as your conscience is clear. Oh, if only Her Excellency were here. She would get to the bottom of all this in no time.
Ayato said something similar.
Could the rumors be true then? Do strange phenomena really happen every time the test of courage is held? Please be careful.
So, is there really a ghost around here? I'm gonna go look for it. I've never seen a ghost before. Oh, how exciting!
It makes sense that she'd be the ghost hunter.
This is one of my usual hiding spots. It's always safe here. Let me show you a trick. Just cover your eyes, and the scary things will go away.
I believe my lord had foreseen this situation. He has my absolute trust, but given Lady Ayaka is still here, we must get to the bottom of this as soon as possible.
Unease pervades the air, and fear is spreading. Maybe this is the real test of courage. It's already becoming an unforgettable experience for me.
Hello? Miss Shy Maiden? Huh. Strange. She isn't here. Ah! What's this? Look, there's something written in red on the bulletin board! Round 3, item, Hagoita. Does this mean that the item we have to find in the 3rd round is a Hagoita?
The Shrine Maiden appears to be urging us to finish the 3rd round of the test of courage.
But where did she go? Has she been taken away by a ghost?
Maybe.
Will Paimon be next? Paimon will never leave your side now.
You weren't going to anyway.
The words are scribbled hastily, but there's no evidence of a struggle. However, aren't there too many words written here?
What did you notice, Heizo?
I believe that the 3 items chosen for this 3-round contest were each selected by the 3 organizing parties. The Dango milk was chosen by the merchant who funded the event, and the fan was chosen by the Yashiro Commission, which provided the staff. So, does the Hagoita, which should have been chosen by the Grand Narukami Shrine, have any unique significance?
Let's worry about that later. The bigger question is, are we really going to join the 3rd round of the test of courage? Paimon would love to win the grand prize, but our safety comes first.
We're
How
safe.
about we make a tactical retreat?
I still have my commission to complete, so I'll stay. Fear arises from mystery, and it's a detective's job to unearth the truth from the mystery.
Paimon somehow feels a little better after hearing you say that. Okay then, let's wait for a while. Maybe the Shrine Maiden had something to take care of and we'll be back soon.
Okay. Quest complete there. So,
Traveler, Paimon,
I think I should
please let me
pause
be your
for a
partner
second here. Okay. So cool. We're gonna partner up with Heizo. That's nice. I think let's see. What I want to say about that. I'm going back and forth with things that I like and things that I'm kind of like about. As I do. Something that I do think is cool about this, and that is it's an Inazuma event. I wanted to say that in the very beginning, but the majority of the events that I've done are either Mondstadt or Liyue, and for the most part, the majority of them have been Liyue. Even when in Inazuma, we're returning to Liyue a lot. So I'm glad that there is an Inazuma event that is taking place, I guess, when you're in Sumeru to return here. And I'm glad that there's the other event that I will be doing after this. That's the most recent one at the time of this recording. With Mizuki, Raiden, and Yayamiko. I'm looking forward to recording that. Because I really like Inazuma, and I really do like these characters. And it's cool seeing them all like being brought together. Like you'd see all the Liyue characters being brought together. Or how you'd see the Mondstadt characters being brought together. I do also enjoy it when the characters from different regions kind of get mixed a little bit. Even if you just kind of talk to them in the background. Like, for example, with the Lantern Rite stuff, there was Sino and Tainari just kind of like in the crowd, and you got to talk to them afterwards and stuff like that. It's very nice. It's very nice having these events in other regions. Not saying that I'm tired of Liyue. Liyue is always great. But I think it's cool that there's more Inazuma stuff. Sure, I could say, the Xinyan thing, the labyrinth, the warrior labyrinth, whatever it's called. I keep forgetting the name of that one because it was honestly kind of mid, except for its ending. But yeah, there was that, but it wasn't like, I don't know. It was Kujo Sara, Xinyan, and Child. If there's anyone else, my apologies, because I can't remember. They also didn't play a significant part, if that's the case as well, if there was anyone else. And although not all events need to have a crap ton of characters to make it good, but it does make it interesting. And when it comes to an actual event, like a thing that people would be participating in, or like it's a cultural thing, it makes sense to have a lot of characters. If it's a one-off adventure or mystery or something like that, then it's fine if it's just a few of them. But here it's cool to have all these characters here kind of talking with each other, seeing how they bounce off of each other and stuff, and people kind of like just very respectfully staying in their character, being themselves, because I feel like it could be easy for someone to be over exaggerated or anything like that. But Itto is still Itto. He's silly, but he's not like obnoxiously silly for the sake of comic relief. I don't think. Like, he's been pretty like in his zone of goofiness first time seeing like Ayato earlier and Heizo now, but I can already tell like they are very much themselves doing their things. Heizo's taking this very seriously, doing his job. And the other characters as well. Toma referring to Ayato, but also being concerned to help Ayaka because of all this, you know. Yeah, I like it. Like, everyone just kind of seems to be in their lane right now, and they're doing it very well, even when interacting with each other. Anyway, sorry, just wanted to praise that a little bit. I really like Inazuma. I like there's an event here, and yeah, that's it. Let's continue.
The final round of the test of courage. I'd like your assistance with this investigation, since you two are the only ones who have seen the alleged ghost.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine with Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
Fine by me. Do you have any ideas?
I have a few theories, but we don't have enough leads yet. There are some places I'd like to investigate first, so you two can accompany me.
Okay.
Sure. Where would you like to start?
I want to go back to where we first met up. According to your accounts, you encountered the ghost there and passed out. Yep. I believe there may still be some clues there.
Do we really have to go there? What if we're walking into a trap?
Are you worried that she'll be waiting for us? If anything, that would make things easier.
True.
My worry is that we won't be able to find her. Honestly, it'd save me a lot of trouble if she were to show up on her own.
Wow, Hazel, you're fearless.
The more cases you see, the less afraid you become. Let's go.
He's numb to it. He's seen it all. The currents of life. Okay. She was burying something, right?
This should be approximately where you first encountered the ghost. Of course, we cannot conclude whether the woman is actually a ghost or not at this point, but I'd like to go over everything that happened again. Do you recall anything she said at the time?
She said Chizuru.
Let Paimon think. She warned us not to go near her, and she said if we didn't leave, our souls would become trapped here. Ooh, Paimon doesn't want to remember that moment. Paimon's shivering just thinking about it.
And then what happened?
Then, everything seemed to get darker, and Paimon started to feel dizzy. There were ghostly flames flickering all around, and Paimon saw some sort of black mist surrounding the ghost, and then Paimon passed out.
Based on your account, it does really seem like you've seen a ghost.
Exactly! So are you convinced it was a ghost now?
It's possible, but I'm more interested in what she's actually trying to achieve than what she is. Even if she is a ghost, as long as she possesses some sense of reason, then there must be some purpose behind her actions.
Wasn't she after our souls? She said that herself.
No, she said she could take them.
I think she was just trying to scare you.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so?
Think about it. If I had the ability to take your souls, then why go to the trouble of warning you over and over again? Besides, a ghost wouldn't have allowed you to walk away knowing about the secret of its powers.
That does make sense. Huh. Why didn't Paimon think of that?
Well, because you're you.
I believe there are only two possibilities. The first is that she wanted to reap your souls, but there was some condition that had to be met. You know, like what we usually call a curse. But if you had really been cursed, then you would probably have noticed it by now. So, this is the less likely scenario. I believe she was just trying to scare you away.
But why would she want to scare us away? Oh, Paimon knows! Maybe she was trying to get us to quit so she could claim the Test of Courage prizes!
Was she registered?
Probably not. So why does she want to scare us? Do you have any mysterious, Hazel?
Based solely on your account, I don't believe she actually meant any harm. She just didn't want you to stay here. But this evidence alone is insufficient to make any valid assumptions. She could very well be guarding some treasure or covering up a crime. Though, my intuition is telling me that neither of these hypotheses are correct. Let's continue investigating the surrounding area.
Footprints. Oh. They belong to us. Haven't found anything, huh? A few branches bent slightly downward.
Have you found any leads yet?
You know, some branches.
Yeah, some tree branches seem like they were bent by something, but that's about it.
I see. After you left, I took a good look around the area. Aside from the bent branches, there are burn marks in some places, but that doesn't really tell us much. If only there was some more conclusive evidence.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, it's you guys! What are you all doing here?
We heard you were out searching for clues, and we wanted to help.
Oh, that's really brave of you.
Actually, we're also really unsure about what's happening here. We just asked the members of Mr. Itto's gang about what happened to them, and it sounded really scary. That lady is either a nasty evil spirit or a formidable yokai. Either way, it's not good. But we still want to hold the Mikawa Flower Festival. Uh-huh.
We long admired the friendship between Lord Kamai and the samurai, which is why we want to hold the Mikawa Flower Festival to return the favor we once received from the humans. Even though our powers are limited, we don't want this bond of friendship to vanish. The Mikawa Flower Festival is meant to be enjoyable for everyone.
The Chinju Forest covers a large area, so it'd be great to have more help in the investigation. Welcome to the team. Let's all do our best to figure out what's going on.
Hell yeah.
Don't worry, we're very familiar with the area. We won't miss any clues.
Got a squad.
Look what I found down by the river! Huh? What is it?
Is it a scrap of black cloth? I've never seen fabric like this before.
This is a piece of shade cloth.
Shade cloth?
Shade cloth?
Paimon, I asked first.
Yeah, it can effectively block out light and is used in a variety of settings, including stage performances. There's a rough tear in the cloth, probably caused by a sharp stone, or maybe some branches.
Branches?
Suppose that a large shade cloth was originally hung from a tree, bending the branches. When the shade cloth was removed from the tree, perhaps one of the corners caught and the branches ripped it, causing a small piece of black cloth to fall into the river. Either she didn't care, or she was in too great a hurry. Perhaps she had other things to handle at the time.
But why would she hang shade cloth in the trees?
I'm only speculating, but maybe she used it to create the atmosphere you experienced.
What do you mean?
Let's not worry about that for now. There's still many variables I haven't deduced yet. Next, I'd like to investigate the place where the Arataki gang encountered her. Do you know how to get there?
Oh, I know the way. I asked the gang members where their encounter with the ghost happened when we were chatting earlier. I'll take you there.
Good. Please lead the way. Let's go find out what's going on.
each little yokai is going to have their time to shine.
This is the place. They claimed that as they passed through here, the area suddenly grew dark, and some ghostly flames appeared out of nowhere.
Huh. What a coincidence. We saw the very same thing.
Let's start by taking a look around the area, just as we did before.
I found some sort of smashed ball under the tree. The inside of it looks like it was blackened by smoke, and it smells like fireworks.
Alright.
Judging from the burn marks left on the scene, the ghostly flames you saw were not created by yokai power. Rather, they appear to have been caused by something flammable. I'm not sure what, though.
Yeah, so this person's not really a ghost.
There's some strange powder in the cracks of these stones. I picked some up and sniffed it to see what it is, and it made me really dizzy. Ugh. I'm so tired now.
Kappa, don't do drugs. Come on, man. We're trying to solve a mystery here, not you have a snorting party. Kids these days.
Similar scare tactics. And she didn't have the time to completely hide the traces. I believe we're closing in on the truth now. I'm almost certain that the woman you encountered was not a ghost. She possesses no extraordinary powers. She was merely scaring people with some small props she had set up ahead of time.
Smoke and mirrors.
Small props? But can you really do all that with just some props? What we saw was absolutely terrifying.
First and foremost, the test of courage contributed to the unsettling atmosphere here. You were initially frightened by your first encounter with these 3 yokai, and then shortly after, you ran into the mysterious woman. It was natural for you to be on edge. Because you were already tensed up, you were breathing more rapidly and inhaled a lot of sleeping powder that she had sprinkled around the area. That is what caused you to feel dizzy. That's when she pulled down the shade cloth and lit those so-called ghostly flames, creating a terrifying scene. That's the most likely explanation anyway.
So, it was all just a show?
She tricked us.
Not only tricked you, but partially drugged you in the process with sleeping powder? So you would kind of be in a daze while you're experiencing all this, so it would seem more real than it actually was. This is kind of criminal, actually. I'm curious as to why.
There is, however, still one loose end. The person who commissioned my investigation did become stranded on the beach as a result of some unusual power. That couldn't have been accomplished by just a few small props. But if she possesses such powers, why bother with the theatrics?
Oh, Paimon can't wrap her head around all this.
What if...
She can only use
What if... Oh, he's about to say something that's completely changed my mind. I was going to go back to the thing that I can't prove about the ghost writer, author, person that we meet in the Sakura cleansing ritual. Kind of in this area. I was thinking if... what if she is just kind of trying to... Not saying that it's the same... I don't know. I was just kind of thinking like... trying to get someone to make a new ghost story for her so she could write about it, because people will start talking about an actual experience that they had, so it's even more like confirmed that it's real, and then she can like write about it and like have a breakthrough with that. I don't know. I'm kind of going off the rails with that one. It's probably not. I think Heizo's about to say that her powers, if she does have powers, they just can't happen in the forest because she's bound elsewhere, and that's going to be related to the beach or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he says.
To scare people in the forest, but she can use strange powers on the beach.
There we go.
I see. I think I've figured it out.
Good job.
Whoa, that was fast.
If we rule out the potential of organized crime, then only one possibility remains.
Organized pranks.
I know who the woman is. Let's go to the beach.
Oh, damn. All right.
We'll come along too.
No,
You do that.
you should go back and
Oh.
tell the others not to be afraid and not waste their time searching the forest. The truth has surfaced. It's time to put an end to all the unnecessary panic and await the outcome of the test of courage.
Okay, but please be careful. If you run into any danger, simply call out our names. We'll be able to hear you.
There shouldn't be any danger now, but thank you anyway. Let's go.
But our souls...
Let's search along the cliffside. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a chunk of earth that's unlike the others.
I knew it. I knew that you would come find me here.
There she is. Paimon thought you were a yokai like the others, but they said they never seen you before. So, who are you? And why did you try to scare us?
I have already warned you never to speak to me. If you don't leave now,
Then you're going to have to hold on a second. So, I don't know if they meant to do this. She's got all these, like, flowers, like, kind of, like, looks like they're bursting out of, like, her eye. But there was a scene earlier where the camera was facing a way where you could actually see her eye behind those flowers. I don't know if that was intentional or not. We never really talked about what her face looks like and things. But I'm just saying that it could easily be part of a costume because they're just on her. They're not sprouting from her. Even though they kind of look like they're sort of, you know what I mean? There's something weird there, but not as weird as I originally thought. Anyway, sorry. What are you going to do to us?
She's terrifying! Hazel, it sure doesn't seem like she's using any props this time!
Throws a pail of water on her.
Just trust me. Your yokai power won't scare us. It will only hasten your demise.
Yokai power?
Huh? How did you know?
You're a yokai that emerged from an object and assumed a human form outside of your own body. When this type of yokai is close to its own body, it can use some yokai power, but that ability weakens as it moves further away. And if the original body is destroyed, then the yokai that originated from it will likewise perish. Should I refer to you as a Hagoita spirit or Tsukumogami?
Don't bother. You may call me Hanyuda Chizuru. That is the name I go by now.
Chizuru, why do you want us to leave? If you're a yokai, you should understand why the other yokai want to interact with humans. Besides, we had a great time playing Akitsu Yugen together, didn't we? Just like the story of Kamai and the samurai.
Yes. That's why. That's why I don't want you to be sad too.
Sad? What do you mean?
I'm sure the yokai have already told you of the story about Kamai befriending the samurai.
Yeah.
But they don't actually know the entire story.
Oh.
The samurai was about 25 years old when they met at the festival.
Mm-hmm.
They met again 10 years later.
Yup.
And remained friends. They
Yeah,
spent
more
time
animation.
together drinking, traveling, and sparring. When they had first met, they merely respected each other. But 10 years later, they became best friends. After another decade, the samurai had reached the pinnacle of his swordsmanship and won their duel by a narrow margin. Kamai was so astonished by his defeat, he gave up drinking and began training to become stronger for their next duel. However, another 10 years later, Kamai did not meet the samurai.
Yeah.
As it turned out, war had broken out in the south, and the samurai had gone to defend the border. Kamai was unconcerned, because 10 years was nothing in a yokai's lifetime. But when they met once again, Kamai discovered that the samurai was already 65 years old. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the samurai's gray hair and scars covering his body.
Hey, old friend. Can you still wield the sword?
I'm getting too old to fight. This time, I've come to say goodbye.
I see. Then, how about one last game of Akitsu Hazura?
All right.
The samurai gave his best effort during the game, but had to quit halfway through because he was too weak. After putting down his Agoita, Kamai remained silent for a long time before letting out a long sigh.
What a shame.
Their friendship started as something they looked forward to, and in just a few decades it turned into regret. Lord Kamai's appearance hadn't changed, but his dear friend in front of him had grown old. The joys of friendship gradually gave way to the pain of regret. People often say that those outside the situation can see things more clearly. And I learned a harsh truth after witnessing all of it. Everything that people come to regret is inevitably set in motion from the beginning. We yokai are different from humans. We have longer lifespans and different natures, but we share the same world. We interact with one another. We are drawn to one another, and will eventually part ways. When the dream ends, all that is left are sorrowful memories and lingering pain. Even a wise and seasoned yokai like Kamai felt sadness when it was time to say goodbye. Imagine what a pure and kind little yokai would feel.
Oh.
So, you mean...
I was hiding on this beach, waiting for the last of my days. But those 3 yokai came and set up the Akitsu here, which woke me from my slumber. I didn't want them to approach humans with unbridled optimism and enthusiasm just because they'd heard the legend of Kamai and the samurai. That would simply be repeating the same mistake.
Is that why you pretended to be a ghost? To scare all the people away from here? Oh, so you must be the one who trapped that guy on the beach. That was a little bit harsh, don't you think?
My power has become pretty weak now, and most of the time I just use some props I've collected to scare people. I can't show myself when there are a lot of people around. But that jerk was greedy. He wanted to steal the decorations from Akitsu and sell them for a profit.
Oh, okay.
That's why I used my yokai power, to teach him a lesson.
Fair.
Ah, so that's what happened. You have a strong sense of justice. By the way, how did you know the rest of the story about Kamai and the samurai?
It's okay if you don't want to tell us. I've already figured it out.
She the paddle?
Your true form is this pair of Hagoita, isn't it?
Yep.
Hagoita? Oh, wait! So that means she's...
Because he said she's from an
The pair of
object.
Hagoita used by Kamai and the human samurai to play Akitsu Hazura hundreds of years ago.
And that she witnessed it.
You gradually developed sentience after being influenced by great yokai power. You were the closest to witness their story. Even with the yokai power's blessing, the Hagoita have started to rot away after hundreds of years. You can't sustain yourself, so you were forced to rely on props to scare people. And if my theory is correct, this pair of Hagoita is also the item we need to find for the third round of the test of courage.
Excellent work. You
Yeah.
figured it all out.
Yep.
Congratulations, little ones. You've passed the third round of the test of courage.
Miko? And the Shrine Maiden? Paimon thought you went missing.
I apologize for causing you concern. It was actually Lady Yai's idea.
Yeah.
Well, what did you think? Were you scared? Because fear is induced by uncertainty, the more chaotic the situation, the better. Having the event staff also mysteriously vanish only added to the uncertainty. I must say, I think this test of courage truly lived up to its name.
So you're the one responsible for all the scary stuff.
Hitomi, go tell the others that the test of courage has ended and that we have a winner.
Now that I've solved the mystery, I'm going back to meet with my client. The intent to steal is not exactly a serious crime, but it can't go unpunished. I'll see you two later.
Miko, did you choose the Hagoita for the third round of the test of courage because you already knew about Chizuru?
Miko, Lady Yae, you're...
I followed Kitsune Saigu around the Mikawa Flower Festival one year and saw her play Akitsu Hazura. That was when I saw you. You didn't have a human form at the time and possessed only the earliest traces of sentience.
I remember now. You were on Kitsune Saigu's shoulder.
I went for a stroll on the beach some time ago and sensed a familiar yokai power. Though your power was weak, I was still able to find you. You were sitting in a tree, gazing at the tourists below. I overheard you telling yourself that you must be patient and avoid contact with humans.
Huh? When was that? I didn't notice you at all.
With your powers being so diminished, it was only natural that you didn't notice me. You must have been blaming yourself all this time. You knew Kamai and the samurai became friends as a result of Akitsu Hazura, a game connected to your existence.
At the time, I couldn't take on a human form like this. I had only a hazy sense of the outer world. After they first met at the Mikawa Flower Festival, I felt proud to know that I had left a mark on their story. But after they said their final goodbyes, I could often hear Kamai sighing to himself. I couldn't help but hide, because I blamed myself. When I woke up again, the world had changed. Lady Yae, you are a well-known yokai. You must know many more things than I do. So I have a question for you. People meet, become friends, and then go their separate ways. After such a short time, they leave only regret and sadness in their wake. Is it really worthwhile for us yokai to interact with humans?
Why not? Tell me, how did you feel when you played Akitsu Yugen with the Traveler?
I felt happy, but...
But your rationality told you that it was wrong, didn't it? It turns out that there is still another piece to the story of Kamai and the samurai that you are missing.
What do you mean? The samurai and Kamai never met again.
True, but the story doesn't end there. That samurai's name was Yanagibashi Takuto, who also happens to be the founder of the Soran Ishin art. It is believed that Takuto developed this style of swordsmanship while dueling with Kamai, who had also befriended the third-generation heir of the Soran Ishin art, Tominaga Masanari. 500 years ago, Kamai and Tominaga fought side by side until their final moments, and the sword Tominaga wielded was passed down from Yanagibashi. The regret Kamai once felt had finally been resolved.
Oh. I never knew.
We yokai are not like humans. Humans have too short a lifespan, and the day will inevitably come when we must say goodbye. However, the bond formed by friendship will not be broken, but rather carried on in a new form. There's no reason to be upset by this. Time flies by in an instant, and life passes by like a dream. So, you must be happy in the present. You should understand what I mean now.
Hey, compadres!
Itto, what are you doing here?
He told me everything. And I also heard that you won the last round. I even know who the ghost lady is now. Anyway, I had a little discussion with the others, and, Hey, you're that fox lady. Why are you here?
Please just disregard my presence. Now, tell us what you discussed.
Ah, right. All right, listen up. To celebrate the end of the Test of Courage event, we will be holding the Mikawa Flower Festival. I gave it some real thought and realized that it might be kind of difficult for those little yokai to hold the festival on their own. But with my help, it won't be a problem. That's right. Arataki, the one and only Itto, will be in charge of organizing the best Mikawa Flower Festival anyone's ever seen.
Hooray for Itto!
Oh.
Can we really trust this guy with the festival?
He'll be fine.
Hey, what you trying to say? Besides, it won't just be me. Other people will help too. Even my bro Ayato is gonna be there. Everyone's busy getting ready, and the festival will be up and running in no time. It won't be long until you can all join the fun.
You're the best, Itto!
Alright. So, okay, wow, that's actually a bit left to this. I thought we were like wrapping up, but yeah, I guess there's another scene or two to play out probably, or part of the event, I guess. I'm trying to remember everything I wanted to say because quite a bit has gone on. Without trying to recap it all either, because I don't want to pull a Paimon. But I like that. I like that story of how I realize now her saying Chizuru in the forest was just kind of like her referring to herself, kind of like how I'd mess up and be like, God damn it, Roshi. She's just like, freaking Chizuru, like, you know. So there's that. I like the whole her gaining sentience from like just the yokai energy in general over time. And of course she would feel happiness and then sadness with what happened. And because she's part of that, you know, those paddles for the game, whatever you want to call it. That's what she's connected to. That's what she was. Any other interactions beyond that, she would not have been aware of between the samurai and the Kamai character. I had a feeling that the story was going to go in this kind of direction, although I don't think I said it earlier on because I was too focused on like the technical things about it. I should have said that it is implementing that idea of as time goes on, because of course a human is going to age while a yokai may age potentially, but not nearly as much. At least not in health or physicality, probably. But yeah, Miko, it's hard to believe things that Miko says sometimes, because Miko does care, but she's also she's a little bit of a liar, mostly in a joking way. But I'm wondering if we're going to get a scene later, if whether or not she's going to say like, oh yeah, I made up part of that story. But hey, at least she's better now, right? So is that really wrong? Like, you know, like something like that. I'm expecting her to kind of do that. But if she is telling the truth with that story, how that the two of them did meet again and fought side by side 500 years ago, you know, when shit was going down. That's really cool. I really like that. Just some old samurai guy and his best friend yokai buddy just fighting to the end. Because that Kamai guy, he's not around. We haven't heard of him. He's most likely dead, like a lot of other characters who have passed away in that time period, in that event. So I have a really cool visual in my head of that. And they also mentioned a swordsmanship style. So please let me know in the comments if that style has been referenced in the game before this and or after this. I'm half expecting it to maybe pop up in the event that I'm going to be doing next. Maybe. And if not, that's fine. But I am doing this for a reason, so I imagine something is going to carry over. Maybe the flower festival that we're setting up now is, maybe we'll be re-experiencing that in the event. I'm not sure. I haven't read anything about it. I haven't even looked at the title of what it's called. I just know it by the characters on the cover art for it. But yeah, I definitely like this development. How it's that whole being wary of these friendships because they all eventually end one day, right? And there's a bitterness, there's a regret potentially. And how, but from another perspective, it goes back to like a big theme of this game, which we hear in the very beginning or after the first, ever since the prologue of this game with Venti talking about it's not about the end, it's about the journey. You know, you gotta enjoy the journey, because the end here, her ending that she was aware of, by she I mean the yokai, the Chizuru, she thought it was sad, right? And it's still kind of sad because they die, and you know, but at the same time they went together. But she didn't know that part. She just thought like, oh, he became too old, they couldn't hang out anymore, and samurai guy went off to die, and Kamai just was disappointed the rest of his life. Was just let down. But yeah, it's like, if you, even with that, if you don't experience life, if you don't make these friendships, if you don't play these games, then like, what's the point? What's the point? Because you're just going to get to the end and then you're going to be, you were alone anyway. And so you're going to live in melancholy and have everything end in melancholy, or are you going to at least make good memories and enjoy your time and experience life and laugh and have fun with the little things around you and just take it all in? And even if it were to end one day, at least you had that experience to begin with. And sure, could that hurt? It could. But not everything has to be bad. You could still find a way to make it good. Just depends on how you think about it, right? So, I mean, I overall like that message. And with the animation that we most recently heard, I don't know if I already said it or not, because like I got lost in this. I was in. I didn't hear any technical difficulties this time. So, I don't know. That's about it. That was great. This was a really cool story. Yeah, it was just those little subtle issues from before and the models for the yokai kids, but other than that, it's like the story here is very fun. Like, it's very cool. And And even tying into like the whole 500 years ago thing again, like every time it gets me, neurons fire off, you know. But yeah, I definitely called that Yae Miko would be in this the moment they mentioned the Narukami Shrine was involved with it. Like, sure, they mentioned the last item, and it's like, oh, okay, and like, yeah, it led to this. Did I know that she was part of it? Like, no, not until Heizo said that like a yokai can form from an object. Not until he said that, I had no idea. I was under the idea that she was just a person trying to deliver some kind of message about this sort of thing, but didn't know really how it tied in. No, she actually is a yokai that came from an object. And her life has just been molded in a certain way based on that experience. Anyway, yeah, let's continue. Let's see what Itto has in store, I guess, with this thing. I do like how personable Itto is here. Even though it is kind of cheesy with the kids, like, yeah, Itto's the best. That seems to be the case with a lot of things, but it also makes sense. He's like the big, cool older brother, but he's also kind of dumb. But like, still, like, I can see why a young person would just kind of be like, man, he's so confident and cool, and like just gets things done. And like, yeah, best. And overall, he's just pretty kind in general. So yeah, I can see why people would like him and follow him. He's got the charisma.
And what would a festival be without me? I'll be sure to go have a look too.
Okay, Miko.
It has been some time since I've attended a festival. Fortunately, I brought sake with me.
Nice.
I gotta admit, Itto does have his moments.
Yeah.
A festival, delicious food, can't pie on in.
Do you want to join us, Chizuru?
All right, I'll join. If you don't mind, that is.
Looks like the festival has started! Let's go check it out! Itto and Goro! What are you two talking about?
Oh, I was just saying that if I had more time, I'd have built a massive fishing pond here.
Fishing? You know, when I lived on Watatsumi Island, I used to just dive into the sea and catch fish with my bare hands.
Take it from an expert, using your hands to catch fish is nowhere near as fun as using a fishing rod. Just the other day, I caught a fish so big that I didn't even know how to handle it. I even wrote a letter to Yae Publishing House about it.
That's an unusual problem to have.
Huh? A big fish? How come you didn't tell us? Paimon could have helped you eat it.
Huh? You wrote a letter to Yae Publishing House?
You know how to write?
Oh, you bet I did. I wrote to the That's Life column and asked Miss Hina for advice. She's so amazing. She got back to me really quickly, too.
Huh. What a coincidence. I do some part-time work there, and I recently received a similar letter.
You mean the letter was about dealing with a giant fish they caught? No. Could it be? Could it be that there's someone as good at fishing as I am? Oh, not on my watch. Hey, you all go enjoy the festival. I'm gonna get out there and catch an even bigger fish.
I'm dying.
Just you wait. I'll be inviting you all to my fish feast.
Okay. So God damn it. Alright, guys. I know about Miss Hina. I haven't experienced Goro's hangout yet or anything like that, but like the moment I started to, forever ago, ever since I reacted to character demos, I saw Goro's and I was like, bah, kind of lame, no interest. And then Wouldn't you know it, the majority of the people who came to defend him were either, nah, but he's really good with Arataki Itto because of his abilities. I didn't care because I don't care about meta because it doesn't matter. At least not how I play. And then the next thing to defend him was like, but Miss Hina! And it's like, through the comments I found out through that. Not trying to find out, but, you know, when people say the same thing over and over again, it's and you get notifications on your phone, and it's like you open up your phone, and then the first thing you see is like, you know, Goro is Miss Hina and she's awesome. Like, you know what I mean? Like how do you avoid that? So, yeah, it's a thing. I know about it. And I think it's hilarious. I look forward to actually seeing that play out in some way, in actuality. Because, yeah. Poor Goro. Unless if he enjoys it, I don't know. But the dynamic that I'm aware of between the Miss Hina and Arataki Itto thing is it's very strange, but it's very funny. And it's straight up like a Mrs. Doubtfire thing. Kind of. I don't remember if Robin Williams as Miss Doubtfire answers letters or calls or something like that. Like, does she have like an advice thing at some point in time? I can't remember. Either way, it's definitely, I think it's a Miss Doubtfire thing. Anyway, we'll continue.
Aw, the string snapped. I was so close. Yoimiya, this is more difficult than it looks. Can you really fish out these water balloons with a string?
Don't worry, let me show you a little trick. Just remember that your hand has to be quick.
Yo-Yo Tsuri! Paimon's seen this game in some light novels before.
Do you want to give it a shot? Close one eye, aim carefully, and fish it out quickly.
Oh, it looks kinda tricky. Paimon will let the traveler try. You have to catch at least 3 water balloons since there's 3 of us.
But Yoimiya, if I close one eye, I won't be able to see anything.
You're wearing a mask. I know he's supposed to only have one eye, but...
This ramen is so good.
Yes, it feels like it's been ages since the last time I had some.
You mean you don't get to eat ramen very often, Ayaka? But it's so delicious!
Oh, it's you. We'll need 2 more bowls of ramen, please. Food like ramen and hot pot tend to have a lot of oil and salt, so I don't get to eat them very often.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Who the hell is serving the ramen? Anyway.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, now Paimon totally gets why Ayaka would put cake into hot pot.
Huh?
Oh, please, no need to bring that up again.
Yeah, it's pretty wild that you do that.
I'm stuffed and feeling a little sleepy. I'm just gonna take a nap.
Yeah, you do that.
By the way, were there any special stalls at yokai festivals in the past?
Yes, but... well, it's a long story.
Paimon can't believe you couldn't get a single water balloon. You've gotten rusty.
What the hell?
Chizuru managed to finally get one and gave it to Hitotsume Kozo.
He looked like he really wanted it.
But Paimon wanted one too.
Paimon, don't be greedy.
Alright, then I'll catch one for you next time.
Yay!
Freaking Paimon.
Come on now, this is way more expensive than usual. Even if it is a festival, you shouldn't hike up the prices this much.
Hey now, it costs money to run a stall. I need to raise my prices to help cover the expenses, you know?
Fair enough. How about 5 masks for 30% off? Final offer.
Alright, alright.
It's so hot. Feels like I'm being roasted here.
Then take a step away,
Don't get
kid.
too close.
Yeah.
It's better to keep a few steps back.
I know. It's just so rare to see such a nice bonfire. I want to get as close as I can to enjoy it.
There are many beautiful things in the world. There's no need to be anxious. The festival has only just begun.
I was surprised that you didn't even tell your sister. It seems she was quite frightened, too.
It would have been uninteresting had I told her what was going to happen ahead of time. Besides, with her friends by her side, she wouldn't ever be too scared. Having a little fright is good to release any tension she might have accumulated lately.
Everything went according to plan. People started to panic as soon as they sensed that they had no idea what was happening. How amusing.
Yes, well done.
Hey, you two, stop laughing! It was scary!
Have you finished exploring the festival? Well then, are you having a good time?
Yes.
Yeah, it's great!
The original Mikawa Flower Festival was much more lively, but even if you could attend the original, you probably wouldn't be as happy as you are now. Because it's always more fun to enjoy a festival with friends, isn't it?
True.
Yes. Thank you.
Well then, I'm guessing you have something you want to say to him alone? We'll leave you in peace.
What did you want to say to us?
Ah, you saw through me again. I can't help but feel you somehow know everything.
She knows a lot.
It's not that I know everything. It's just that I've been in your position before.
Oh.
Traveler, do you have a moment? I'd like to talk to you. Alone on the beach.
That's interesting about Yaimiko.
Saying goodbye is also part of a festival.
Yes. Every celebration must come to an end.
True.
Are you enjoying yourself? How about we go eat together?
Yeah. Okay. I would have said yeah, if it was an option.
Weird. Where did all the fish go? Don't worry. Let's go try another spot.
Oh, I sure bought a lot of stuff. I'll have to organize it all when I get back.
Tomo's gonna be selling them, making profit.
Oh, no! I almost had it!
Oh, starting to get the hang of it, huh? Keep trying.
I thought you were already given one. What the hell? Yeah.
One bowl of ramen shouldn't hurt, right?
You'll be fine. Ramen is very delicious most of the time, and super filling. I know that Sayu, this character right here, she's one to be kind of on the sleepier side. However, passing out is a valid way to deal with ramen. It fills you up big time and makes you tired. It's kind of like your meal for the day if that's what you have. At least for me.
All right, here will do. Thank you for agreeing to come with me.
Don't mention it.
Actually, I was delighted when I first discovered that I could take on a human form. I was a yokai derived from a pair of Hagoita who came into being in the middle of a festival. So naturally, I enjoyed the lively festival atmosphere. I wanted to go to more festivals, become friends with humans, and play Akitsu Yugen with them. But every evening, as night began to set in, I'd recall the bitter smile of the old samurai as he set down the Hagoita, and the lonely Kamai sighing as he drank his sake. Then I would wonder, if I became friends with a human, would that person experience the same melancholy in the future? As a result, I was convinced that I couldn't do it. I told myself I would not repeat that same mistake.
I understand what you
I'm
mean.
sorry that I spoke so strangely when we first met. I'm sure it must have scared you. I expected you to flee in terror. But when we met again, you acted like you had no trouble being around me. I knew you mistook me as one of the yokai. But instead of telling you the truth, I went and played Akitsu Yugen with you.
Why?
I'm not completely sure myself.
Because you wanted
Perhaps
friends.
it's because I've always wanted to be like Kamai and play Akitsu Yugen with humans. Or perhaps it was because I knew I didn't have much time left, and I didn't want to be alone. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to play with me. When we played Akitsu Yugen, Paimon said the loser would have to grant the winner a wish. At the time, I wished for us to never cross paths again. However, you still came and found me. Meaning, you never granted my wish.
Of course.
So, can I make another wish?
Yeah, go for it.
Let me think. I wish for you to remember me. No. I only have one wish, so I better make it count. Okay. Listen carefully. My wish is, I wish that every day of your journey ahead will be filled with joy, like a festival.
What? Oh, shit. Oh, man. That's actually really sad. Also, very nice. Yeah. Quest completed. Alright, looks like there's a little more going on. We'll play it out. It looks very nice with the blue lanterns everywhere. It's cool. Nice cool color palette. When it's usually a warm one at these festivals.
I've grown taller.
Or the previous festival that we've experienced with Ayaka.
I'm so tall. Everyone else looks so tiny now.
Alright, Sayu, don't get ahead of yourself.
Every year when the fireworks go off, I say to myself, another year has already passed. As each year passes by, your life gradually approaches its end. But I don't think that's a bad thing. Like I always say, fireworks are for now, but friends are forever.
Oh, will you be there for the next flower festival?
After hearing Chizuru describe the original Mikawa Flower Festival, I wanted to arrange another chance to talk with her about it.
Well...
I didn't expect that would be our last conversation.
Yeah.
When Ayato approached me about holding the Test of Courage event, it dawned on me that this would be the perfect opportunity to help Chizuru face her problem. Kamai and the samurai's parting was one of the first things she experienced when she was partially sentient and didn't have her human form yet. This was a very traumatic experience for her, and she could never come to grips with it by reasoning alone. The best option for her was to directly interact with humans. There's no need to feel sad. I believe she was content when she left us.
Mm-hmm. True.
So, did you enjoy the test of courage? Once I learned of the yokai's intentions to hold a festival, I wanted to spread the word and attract people to their event. However, it occurred to me that doing so might be overly ambitious. If we marketed the Mikawa Flower Festival from the get-go, people would have arrived with insatiably high expectations. So I decided on using the test of courage's notoriety to attract visitors, and left the rest to the yokai. I had an inkling that their presence would spice up the event.
I mean, it's originally a yokai event, right? So, find a way to get them involved and they get all gung-ho for it? Hell yeah.
Will you have some time in the next few days, Kazuha? I'd like you to work on a case with me.
Oh, did you run into some trouble?
Not exactly. It's just an old case with almost no tangible leads. But I believe your attuned sense of nature might allow us to discover some new clues.
Sure. I can stay after the festival and we can go investigate together.
Great. Thank you.
My pleasure. It's no trouble at all.
Those two, that unstoppable team between like the insight and analytical skills and Kaza also being incredibly intelligent too, and just having a natural ability with like nature and stuff and like combat prowess. Like these guys, they're just, if any villain or bandit or whoever's out there knew that these people were searching for them, they just turn themselves in immediately. They would not want to deal with this smoke at all. Not a chance.
Even though I knew my lord had most likely planned everything before the test of courage even began, I was still caught off guard. But in retrospect, it was a lot of fun.
Lifespans, partings, it really gets you thinking, doesn't it? But, I got nothing. Alls I know is I'll never regret meeting you.
Thanks.
It was, heartbreaking to learn of Chizuru's story. To be honest, I experience that same kind of sorrow when I'm on the battlefield. I don't know when I'll lose my comrades, so I try to appreciate every moment.
Hell yeah. There you go. And I'm pretty sure that's it. I don't think they're going to talk to someone in 2 seconds. Yeah. Let's just talk for a moment here. This was very good. I like how they tie these stories together for the most part. Learning about the flower festival that the yokai would throw, and that whole backstory with the samurai and the yokai, and just yeah, I already talked about that message, you know. Yeah, it was a very, very heartfelt thing. And what I really enjoyed about this, I think between the animations of the backstory to all this and the last part dealing with the festival and stuff, like that was probably the best moments of this. You know, it had a really good turnaround, like figuring out what she is and then her mood change and dealing with it and realizing that, like, yeah, she doesn't have much time and she didn't want anyone to really suffer or regret the same way that Kamai, I think that's his name, seemed to have. When I say Kamai, I'm referring to the yokai. I'm not sure if it was not the case, but that's what I mean when I say the name. Yeah, she didn't want anyone to go through the same stuff that she had, or that she she doesn't want for anyone to go through what he did. Yeah. And the combination of Ayato and Yaimiko is a whole nother level of schemery. That's not even a word. But you know what I mean by that, I think. Yaimiko's intention to help Chizuru. Ayato wanting this courage event to become this flower festival, but in order to do it right, to get the yokai involved. And they're both schemers. I wasn't quite sure. Like, I kind of had an inkling about Ayato being that way. Or at least the fact that he's a planner, you know? That he's a guy with a plan. And that's a whole nother thing. Where you have... I mentioned Heizo and Kazuha before being like, they're a team of action. You are screwed if you go up against them. You are also in for something if, like, with a team between Yaimiko and Ayato, like, with their minds, pulling strings, making things work out the way that they want, also a force to be reckoned with. This was cool, seeing these character dynamics, having them come together like this. Arataki Itto just being himself, enjoying the moment, just being confident and having a good time, and pretty much being the drive to have this festival come into fruition, to actually happen. Although it was planned to happen, but like, you know, like he fell for the bait and he made it. Sure. Having Goro here, you know, we didn't get to see much from him, but even his last line here was quite powerful, because he is that soldier, he's that general, he has his people and stuff like that, but it's very human to be like, he doesn't know when it's going to be the last time he sees one of his soldiers, because if you go on the battlefield, you're good chance that either you or them are going to die. And that's just reality. And he speaks it very solemnly, knowing that's the case. Ayaka with like the whole thing, like, I didn't know that was going to be the last time I spoke with her, you know, and that's very real too. Especially when you think about that, there's all these moments, not just with death, but there's all these moments throughout your life where it's the last time you ever do something. And you might not ever really think about it. But, you know, there's a last time you've spoke to a person. There's a last time you've ever walked out of a place that you've always been in your whole life, or something like that, or like a school, or whatever that is, or doing some activity. Like there's always a last time. And I don't think people really think about that too much. I think maybe some people can realize, potentially, depending on the situation. Like if there's some friend or a relative who's like sick and they're going through it, you might have an inkling where it's like, okay, like after you talk with them or whatever that is, and you might have that feeling of, that was probably the last time I'm going to be seeing that person. I've had that feeling with a grandparent, actually. Actually, both grandparents. Like my grandmothers on both sides. I've had the same feeling. I remember visiting home for vacation from Japan, And it was like leaving that, like, you know, had the family celebration at my grandmother's, and then leaving that, going back to Japan in like a few days. And I'm just, in my head, I'm like, that was probably the last time I'll see them. And it was. And they weren't sick. But it was just like, you could just tell. Like there was something there. And the other one was over a phone call, where it was just kind of like, okay, this is the last phone call. This is the last talk. I don't know what it is. I don't need to get into like, I don't want to say it's a spiritual or a supernatural thing, per se, even though I do have my own beliefs towards things and stuff, but I've, for some reason, been able to kind of have an inkling, or I don't even know what to call it, but like a sense of death. Anyway, but that's also why I like this, because once again, it's Genshin Impact tackling that topic in its own way, but it was done really well. It's powerful. It was meaningful. Like they made you care for this character that was literally here just for this event, who was kind of the antagonist in the beginning because you don't really know much about them and they appear to be threatening. Yeah, but then you learn of their situation, and you have this great moment. I made the stupid joke like I couldn't hear her last wish, but really her last, what she wishes, it was beautiful. It was very kind. It was very selfless, because originally she was going to be like, don't ever forget me. And then it turned into like, no, that's not the last wish. Live your life to the fullest, man. You know, do it for everybody. It was sweet. It was sweet. Yeah. And then also Yaimiko mentioning that she knows, it's not that she knows everything, but she knows what she's going through because she's felt the same. I'm curious about that. And I wonder if at this point in time you're supposed to know what she's talking about. I imagine maybe something is revealed in her story quest, which I'll be doing very soon, after the most current event featuring Yaimiko, Raiden, and Mizuki. At the time of this recording anyway. That's what's coming up next. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Let me know what you thought about this down below. And that's it. Until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later. I'm gonna go cry now.